Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You saw the thumbnail? You saw the title. You know what we're going to do? We got to do Friday Night Lights, y'all. We got to do the Friday Night Lights. And let me, hold on. I hear myself in my ears again. Shout out to myself. There we go. I got it taken care of. Y'all, we got a good one planned tonight. We're going to see what your girl got to say in the weekend strong. We made it to the weekend. Praise God. So let's go ahead and jump in. Thank y'all so much to everybody who's jumped into the best live chat on the internet. Let's see what you got here. What we got? Captain Jax said that she's number one. I like it. I like it. Looking forward to it, Victoria says. Thank you so much for popping in. Ruben says, Jay Witt about to be put on candy time out. I hope not. Come on, man. I don't have time for that today. Let's see. Is Candace on today? She's supposed to be on at 5:30, so we'll see. Let me take my glasses off. Oh, by the way, I got my bingo board popping. I'm ready, man. This one looks positive today. It really does look good. I'm feeling like there might not even need to be any shenanigans to get some pretty solid bingo today. Shout out to all of the new people that come checking out the channel. Shout out to you. Grace and peace to you. All the candies, you know, you got room up here in the front of the church. Let's go. All right, so what we got here? It says, I'm just asking questions. Stay tuned. We got FBI. Somebody gonna get doxxed. Tip line shout out. The infamous they. Random person shout out. Patchwork theories. A sneak disc. I don't know, but I know that a no. Trust me, bro. TPUSA. Free space. Let's go ahead and give that right now. Military. Jewish donors catching strays. Planes. Fakes on a plane. Best friends. Feds. I won't share. Irony. Trump. I feel. Erica, Foya, and call out a random country. I feel good about this one. I am not going for blackout today. I'm going to just go with whatever I get. But I think I'm going to get pretty close to it. This one I'm feeling positive about this. That's all I got. I got the feels. Matter of fact, do I got feels on here? I do. I'm going to take that one because I feel it. I feel like I'm going to get bingo today. At least I think I'm going to get 3. I'm going for 3 tonight. What about y'all? If you want to play bingo, the bingo board is down in the description. If you wanted a serious refutation of Candace Owens, this is not the channel because we just make fun of her. We just have fun. We just make fun of it. That's just it. Shout out to everybody, all the new people that are checking us out. Good evening, everybody from Michigan. Good to see you, Monica. Thank you so much. There he is, Ben in the building. He's number 3. He's 3rd. Make sure you hit the like button if you don't mind. Some good like numbers popping up in there. What's going on, Conservative Bug? How are you? Grace and peace to you. Hello there, family. I appreciate you there. It's Nicole 17. Thank you so much. I'm here and on time today. Astro Kingdom says, shout out to you. Oh, nothing happened last night. Last night was just boring. It was just so boring. Nothing happened. Not a thing. What's going on, Amethyst Angel? Shout out to you, sister. Good to see you. I was here yesterday. Was I here? I was here yesterday, right? Why y'all saying miss me yesterday? Hold on. Was I here? Is it all a dream? No, I was here. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all got me tripping. Got me thinking I wasn't even here. What are we doing to your boy? Shout out to everybody. What's going on, Jeremy? How are you, man? Hey, brother, God bless you. She said she liked number 22 up in here. I did not do that. 4122. I did not do that. But I'm telling you right now, that thing is funny to my soul. Am I going to get a segment? I don't think so. I hope I don't. Because I mean, I'm petty. Because then I'm going to clip it. I'm gonna make a short out of it. I might even do a whole video segment about it. I'm gonna drag it out. My 15 minutes of fame. I'm gonna be like, look, I'm gonna drag the thing all the way out to 15 minutes and 3 seconds. Right? Don't do that. Don't do it. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I hope she doesn't. What's going on, Betsy? There you go. Just left Deprogram Live, and she gave you a nice shout out. Shout out to Carrie. We had a great time yesterday. Great conversation. If you didn't see yesterday, Carrie from Deprogram Live, Deprogram with Carrie came on. We just had a great conversation, and we did a great review of Candace's Live, and it was a lot of fun. Shout out. Candace's voice sounds like Bart Simpson's voice. That's hilarious, and more true than false. Good to see you. Thank you so much. The Me Too You one. Good to see you. She's getting hosed on X. It will be interesting how she will spin Jay Witt's address. You know what? I'm looking forward to it, but I really just leave me alone. Like, go deal with the problem that you allowed Candace to play in your face for so long, and you're so hungry, so bloodthirsty for gossip and the juicy bits that you allowed her to play in your face. And there's people in there that are just defending it. And like, you do realize that she lied to you. And she even said, even in a previous video, that Andrew Colvett had lied because he didn't disclose everything that she thought he should have disclosed. And she said, that's lying. Well, isn't this lying that you didn't disclose that your lawyer's office is in the same building, that you're making this big hugabaloo about the Egyptian planes? I'm just saying. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. We got 21 people watching on X too, by the way. Shout out to them. Read the description of her video. I might get half of them before she even opened her mouth. Uh-oh. Okay. You know what? Amy Miller, let's do that. Let's do that for fun. Let's pull this in. You said, look at the description of her channel, her video. Okay, let's... I got a bad feeling about this already. Got your bingo boards ready? Let's go. All right, it says, interesting tips are coming on about the Satis angle. There was a joint military exercise taking place just before Charlie's assassination, and Mike Huckabee holds a meeting with a former Israeli spy. All right, so I'm definitely going to take military. Military's in there. Joint, what is this? Interesting tip on the Satis. That's the name of the company, I believe, that owned that hangar that she's talking about. Joint military exercise talking about Charlie's assassination. Do I have Charlie on my board? I don't have Charlie on here like the first time in a long time. Okay. We're going to see what happens. I think this is going to be fun for sure. Thanks for that. All right, let's keep this going. Let's roll. Let's roll. I did not do it. I did not do it. Don't do it. Don't say I did it. I didn't do it. I do think that still, I still believe that was somebody punked her. Yeah, you just quit. Who, me? I need to quit? Mackenzie Moore? Oh, man. Darn, I just got on here. Carrie was great. I agree. We had a lot of fun. We're going to definitely have Carrie back. I might go over to Carrie's place sometime and hang out and talk. So looking forward to that. Just woke up from a nap after work today. A bit more refreshed. I like it. Taking a nap is always refreshing. What's going on, brothers and sisters? How are you down cooking? I need a Carolina hat. Okay, I'm taking hat suggestions. Being that a lot of my phone calls have been coming from Duke for the last 3 months. And matter of fact, I'm going up there on Sunday. I gotta roll with the hat every now and then. But I'll take a Carolina hat, absolutely. You were here as twins, vertical and horizontal. Oh, you got the both of them opened up? Yeah. I'm trying out the streaming thing. YouTube wants us to try to stream on both platforms, landscape as well as portrait. So I'll check them out. Washington State in the building. I definitely didn't see Jason all over X last night. And today, Jason is about to be put on in 0-second timeout. Hey, leave me alone, Candy. I don't think she's going to even bother with me. I personally don't think she's going to even worry. Okay, there we go. I like your hat. That's my dog's name. Shout out. Go dog. Where's my UGA hat? Speaking of that, I think my daughter took him. We're culling the herd because we're about to start remodeling this office, my studio. So we're moving some things around. I think she took the University of Georgia hat down. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. Sorry about that. Got your bingo set up. We're ready to go. Shout out to Mississippi. I see y'all Mississippians up in here. Shout out. Yeah, please make sure you like the stream. I appreciate it. Candace's turn with the super secret decoder ring needs to be over. She's just not good at it. Yeah, just stop. Just stop, Candace. Just stop. Oh, stop. Leave it alone, Ken. Let it go. We got this. We got this. Lead us to the adults, Candace. Lead us to the adults. All right, we got that popping. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. I'm the Israeli spy? I am the spy? Is that why my phone is ringing? Maybe she wants to interview me. Or Mike Huckabee's going to interview me because I'm the spy. I got you. I got you. Her chat is a very interesting place. It needs a lot of prayer, that's for sure. Pray for my people over here too. Right. I think this is a great point Ben made up. It's not even about Charlie anymore. It's interesting that now she's gone almost 2 months talking about Charlie. We'll say Charlie in a very loose sense. Now all of a sudden, like literally yesterday, it was a hard turn. Wheels are squealing and everything to go into a whole nother direction. And everything was around her. These people did all this because of her. She's intermixing her Brigitte story, not being invited to AmFest, Charlie Kirk, blah, 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 TP, USA. All of that stuff is mixed up and it's all about her. I hope her people really open up their eyes and see. Like it's not even like she's trying to hide it anymore. Like she's just outright making it about her. All right, I'm just looking over here. Looks like a good turnout over here. We're gonna have a good time. I see the candies are in the building. They are already in the chat over on the on X. Bless their little hearts. I do appreciate them. They keep everything going. All right. What we got? What we got? I'm just looking through. I see some good people popping in. Thank y'all so much, everybody. And oh, okay. I got you. I did rage quit yesterday. I just quit, man. It was just getting silly. I mean, like, come on now. I appreciate you, Mackenzie. Thank you so much for reminding me about that. I did rage quit the stream yesterday. I totally forgot about that. See, I put it out of my mind. Okay, so that's a good point. Thank you so much, Enel6425. And you can jump back to the landscape style, but YouTube is really wanting people to, us, the content creators, to stream in the vertical sense so people can use their phones more. Because people apparently were not really fond of using their phones like this. So they wanted people to like use their phones like this, like they natively would have it. So they said, hey, if we encourage you to stream like this, and then people can watch you this way or watch you in the landscape style. So you can definitely jump back. All right, let's see. Why can't I like the live? I don't know. Endless Summer? I don't know. And it looks like you're in the vertical landscape, the vertical portrait style. I don't know. Is Candace's lawyer. Yo, I really wonder how she gets away with talking like this. I really do. Her lawyers have got to be having fits. Hey, by the way, I just bring this up. Do you all remember in the I want to say it was in September, I did a video showing how Candace Owens sued USA Today. Do you all remember that? I hate to say it, I don't remember where the video is. But do you all remember that? And I want to bring this in because I just think this is adorable. Now that I've kind of been venturing out over into X, or what's called Twitter, and such like that, a lot of people, it seems like people, researching just seems to be like a novel thing. It just seems like something that people don't want to do, but they want to say that you're not doing it. So this is something I just want to bring up to you all for people who are saying like, well, the Macron case, there's no reason for them to be doing it in Delaware, right? And this is just something I just want to just throw this out here while we're waiting for Candy to get warmed up and all that kind of good jazz like that. You probably see this is Candace Owens in her individual capacity and Candace Owens LLC, a Delaware limited liability company. Her company, her brand is stationed, is licensed, is formulated, whatever term you need to use, in Delaware. So the Macron suing her in Delaware is the right thing to do. And this is the case when she sued back in like 2020. USA Today, she sued USA Today because of the whole experimental jab situation. There's a lot of shenanigans, but I just wanted you to see this because it like Candace, like, do you not do your own research? So of course that this, now she did not use the same lawyers. So when you scroll down to the bottom of this is a different set of lawyers in Wilmington, Delaware, but so they're not at the 920 building, right? But I just thought that was very interesting that she made all that big hot air that, oh, well, they shouldn't be suing me in Delaware. They should be suing me in Tennessee. Well, ma'am, your business was formulated in Delaware. What are we talking about? Why did I not use the word registered, which is such a better word? Thank you, Future. Yeah, I mean, your business is registered in Delaware. What are we talking about? If it were registered in Montana, then they'd be suing you in Montana. If it was registered in Oklahoma, guess what? I guess we riding out to Oklahoma. But it's in Delaware. So it just seems like disingenuous for the Candies. Shout out to the Candies. I know y'all, sometimes you're getting your information from a bad source and you don't know all the things that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just seems wild. So shout out to the Candies. I just wanted y'all to see that. Thank y'all so much for the very kind supers off the bat. Candace is really just talking to talk when she's got nothing. Thank you so much, Avengers. Yo, yesterday's show was really I thought Tuesday's show when she was reading the email, or no, I'm sorry, it was Wednesday. When she was reading that email on Wednesday, I really thought that was probably peak. I have nothing to talk about. Peak. I'm trying to run down the shot clock. That right there was crazy. This one right here, I think I agree with you. Yesterday was terrible. Thank you so much for the $5 super. What do we have here? Min Angelia with the 5 says this. I also verified the flights and they are egregious. Totally debunks her entire East Coast narrative. Creative flights, locations, and dates. And when I put that video out, I want you to check my homework. I want you to go and look. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link to the Candyland file here on, hold on 1 second. Let's just close it out. That was smart, Jason. Let's do this. Bang. Go back. Start again. All right, I'm going to drop the link to the Candyland file. And this is all of the lawsuits and cases related to Candace Owens at the current moment. And you're welcome to check them out. I don't have the infamous spreadsheet that she did. I didn't think that was necessary, but if you want me to, let me know. I'll add that to it as well. And maybe we should start a file of all of the evidence she shows, right? That would be great. But I'm glad that you did this. Thank you for the $5 super and you went and checked it. Go check her work. Check my work. Check her work. That's all. I mean, I'm not above reproach. I'm not above saying, hey, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I missed it. All right, your girls, the camera has gone live. I mean, the build up, whatever this thing is called, is live. So let's see what she's got. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
All right, you guys, happy Friday. Some more interesting tips are coming in. It seems that company, Satis, that French company, the angle has opened up a whole new level of possibilities here in this Charlie Kirk assassination story. And I have to tell you, I do not think that they were just painting planes this year. Rather, we've learned that just before Charlie's assassination, there was actually this joint military exercise, which was taking place related exactly to where the Egyptian yellow plane landed on its way to Provo. We need to definitely keep at it. Zionists are mad. I don't know why. This investigation really has set Zionists off. I think it's because we're getting closer, and Charlie would indeed want us to keep going, Max. So welcome back to Candace.
So one of the things I noticed is she really likes to impugn your motives. You're panicking. You're worried because we're close. Every episode you've been close. Candace, you've been close since the beginning. I think this is adorable. Let's go.
Okay, so that interview that I did with Charlie back when my show was on PragerU's network,
7 years
is
ago.
becoming increasingly prophetic. At the end of every one of those interviews, I would ask the questions from my viewers to whoever it was that I was interviewing. And this is the question that came in for Charlie, and this is how Charlie chose to answer that question. Take a listen.
Okay, who is, I already know this. You kind of already touched on this. Your all-time favorite historical figure, is it Milton Friedman or is there someone else? Jesus Christ?
Yeah, I
Milton
would
Friedman?
say I gotta always say Jesus Christ probably. Wow, that is a great question. Historical figure. So just for like to make it fun, let's just say before 1850.
Okay,
Just
he's
to-
amending your question.
Yes,
it
whoever
at
this
home,
is.
whoever this is.
Susie from Buffalo. I'm so sorry. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing,
Stunning.
right? That's the Mensa. I mean, I'm kidding. So I love the American founding fathers. Ben Franklin, I always really enjoyed. You know, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson I think are too cliche. So one I really enjoy that I just love learning from is Julius Caesar. I think he's one of the most interesting historical figures. If you want to talk about someone who lived a full life,
Right.
it's Julius Caesar. From conquering northern Germania to surviving and winning a Roman civil war,
Right.
to an unusual alliance and quelling a rebellion with Cleopatra, to eventually to ending the Roman Republic, to starting the Roman Empire, and then seeing the people that he benefited the most turn against him.
Right.
I think there's something very tragic and very interesting about that. So I think it's one of the most interesting, and you could learn, if there's something to learn about humanity, you could learn it through the prism of Julius Caesar.
Man, that sure is something to hear him say that. The people who benefited the most turned against him. Gaius Julius Caesar, that is correct, a general who had rightfully earned the respect of the people for leading them through the Gallic wars, a statesman, and finally a leader who in the end was betrayed and famously assassinated by the very people that he helped to build up. A conspiracy, a plot to murder him, which included a lot of people, politicians, of course, the senators, military men, close friends and confidants, the most infamous, of course, being Brutus. Now, some reports say that he viewed Brutus as a son. That's how close they were. Of course, that didn't stop Brutus from plunging the knife into him. 23 times Julius Caesar was stabbed by senators. And of course, Brutus, leading to the famed Shakespearean expression, and et tu, Brute, et tu. You as well, you too. Wow, you have turned against me as well. Now, why was Caesar assassinated? Because I don't know. He was too good, too adored, too respected by the people, thereby a threat somehow to the establishment of politics. It doesn't like to see somebody come through the ranks and achieve what they perceive to be power that they can't control. Yeah, the Bible is very clear that there is nothing new under the sun, and it appears that history is present again. Judas, Brutus, in the future, when we are long gone from this world, who do you guys think is going to be the person remembered most for this act of betrayal against Charlie? Not me, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, you.
That's going to be Candace Owens, okay?
Oh,
No
but it
one's
will.
going to be saying, et tu, Candace, et tu. I can tell you that right now in government, there is real panic. There is real discussion
No,
happening regarding the Egyptian planes. I was informed that yesterday evening because I'm getting the sense that they hold the key to solving Charlie's assassination. The media keeps trying these weird ways to debunk them. And we're going to find out. I've been confident from the beginning that this was not going to be a JFK assassination story. We are going to figure out who that foreign dignitary was who went to 920 North King on the morning of Charlie's assassination, who flew from Provo and landed into Wilmington, Delaware on the morning of Charlie's assassination. It is a very important question that needs answering. Got to tell you guys that we received another email, this time from somebody in the military who informed us about another piece that we were missing that could be crucial to this puzzle, taking a more serious look into that 1 hour layover stop when our yellow plane, SUBTT, the tail number, came into the United States on September 4th. You might recall it stopped for just 1 hour in Minot, North Dakota, which I learned has an Air Force base. It pretty much is just the Air Force base, by the way, before making its way onto Provo. And here I'm going to read to you that email that I received. It says, "Hi, Candace. I am blank. One of the good ones, military member, one of the good ones. I think one of the keys to not overlook here is BTT's stopover in Minot, North Dakota. Why stop there at all on the 4th? Why not fly direct to Provo? Not only does Minot have an FBI office, but it also has an Air Force base. Among other tenants, that Air Force base is home to the 891st Missile Security Forces Squadron, a combined military and civilian security force that had just come off of Operation Valhalla, a training exercise in Minnesota from the 24th to the 29th of August, where the security forces practice long-range shooting practice, among other things. Remember on September 12th when Kash Patel ended his press conference with, quote, 'Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, my brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.' Yeah, very interesting thing to say. I don't believe in coincidences." That's how he ended the email, telling me to keep up the hard work. And so we investigated that, and that fact checked true, right? My not definitely is home.
This is the problem. And I'm still going to stand on it that a lot of her tips are fake. Just because they told you something that's true doesn't mean it's associated with what we're doing or what you're talking about. Somebody threw out that whole, if you go back and watch, somebody threw out the whole Egyptian plane thing to her in a tip. And this is how we got here. And I'm not saying that, well, I am saying the Egyptian planes have nothing to do with it. It's just silliness. It's just absolute total silliness. But these people are texting her, emailing her, sending her messages, and they're giving her information that's true. That's the problem. It's not that they're giving you information that's false. Even with the whole address thing yesterday. Yes, the address is right. Yes, the FBI and the DEA and other people do use that building. All those things are true. You just didn't happen to mention the fact that your lawyers are there too. So I don't know why she doesn't realize that just because something is true and it's real, a Yeti cup can hold gasoline. Okay, so Jason's drinking gasoline, right? That's just dumb. But she doesn't realize that you're not 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 in this example that you're giving. You got 1 + 1 and it's equal 97, or 1 + 1 equals red Corvette. What are you talking about, Candace? Let's go.
To exactly what we are telling you. I didn't know anything, by the way, about the city of Minot. I can tell you that North Dakota in general is not a very populous state. Approximately 750,000 people statewide.
The state is getting a shout out.
And in Minot, there are just 45,000 people, and that includes 5,000 people who are stationed there at the Minot Air Force. And It is home, as he indicated, to a global command strike center, which has participations between various countries on joint exercises. And we can show you right here that in the weeks leading up to Charlie's assassination, I mean, literally what he says, August 24th, 29th, Operation Valhalla took place in neighboring Minnesota. So they took the Minot boys and they took them over to Minnesota. And it included the military and, of note, the civilians. What's interesting, of note, civilians, and they trained from August 25th to August 29th. And we can read the details of that here. And by details, I mean, this is what the public was told about what they were training for, okay? So this is on the Minot Air Force Base website. It says Operation Valhalla Strike was a week-long training where the 891st Squadron from Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, traveled to Camp Ripley Training Center in Minnesota, August 24th to 29th, 2025. The advanced training focused on air-based ground defense and nuclear security tactics, the bread and butter of the squadron's mission. The training, called Operation Valhalla Strike, allowed the unit to complete requirements not possible at the Minot Air Force Base, including full-distance live fire exercises.
So how does this mean?
Camp Ripley provided
How does this play
full-distance
into
firing ranges,
Charlie?
which allowed defenders to hone their rifle marksmanship and machine gun proficiency exceeding the capabilities of standard Air Force 25-meter training ranges. Okay, the squadron of more than 250 dedicated airmen and civilians supporting the 91st Missile Wing's global deterrence mission by defending the United States with the world's premier combat-ready intercontinental ballistic missile force. Okay, cool. And yeah, it sure must be something of just a coincidence that Valhalla, which kind of struck everybody as odd, as was him going 33 hours, 33 hours, 33 hours. It was like there was a press conference that was happening for the American people, but he was signaling to other people who were like in the club to know what they needed to understand about what happened. Do you know what I mean? That's how I felt about Kash Patel's press conference and the things that he was saying. It just didn't, something felt weird about it. 33 hours, 33 hours. And of course, yes, he did say something about Valhalla. Let's take a listen to what Kash Patel said.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Probably just a coincidence, you guys, that this operation also fits just so neatly into our timeline. I love timelines. I love neat timelines. So let's pull that up again. I'm also going to introduce a couple of corrections to yesterday. First and foremost, July 20th, we talked about BTT, which came in for its longest trip. That's correct. From Cairo, it went through to Paris, and then it went to Omaha, Nebraska. I think yesterday I said that it stayed in Wilmington for 6 days. No, it only stayed in Wilmington for one night. It stayed in Nebraska for the longest stretch yet, departing from Nebraska, from Lincoln, Nebraska in particular. And this 6-day stretch of what they were doing in Nebraska.
I'm going to stop for a second. I think one of the things that interests me about Candace is Candace has disdain for things that she doesn't know about. She has disdain for things that she just doesn't rock with, if you will. I'm not a big motorcycle fan at all. I don't really care about motorcycles. I know there is a rabid motorcycle community around the world. I know that. Because I don't really like motorcycles, I don't talk trash about motorcycle riders. Most of you all know I'm not a pet person. I don't like owning pets. I don't think I want to own a pet. But I don't talk bad about people who do own pets. I'm allergic to cats. So if you have a cat at your house, I can't come over. But I'm not a big pet person. I don't get it. But I don't talk bad about people who own pets and such of that nature. Candace, when she doesn't understand something or she doesn't like something, because we all know she doesn't like the military, she besmirches it to the point that even when she doesn't know everything about it, like I don't know everything about motorcycles. Harley Davidson names of their bikes confuse me, but I don't talk trash about them. I don't do that. But she will talk trash about stuff that she doesn't know. For example, is it uncommon for the military? Their job is to shoot things at people, right? Either individuals, vehicles, ships, planes, I don't know, satellites. They're shooting things. Is it uncommon for them to go train to be more proficient in shooting? I'm just wondering. It just seems weird. Like, why do you have to besmirch the military and you yourself don't know anything about it? I never served in the military. I will absolutely put all of my understanding at the feet of somebody who does understand the military. I don't understand fully guns, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything about a gun at all. Like, come on. It just seems weird how she handles this. You don't know is this training exercise abnormal? Is that abnormal? What was the last training exercise called? Was it called something else, Viking-esque? What's the next one planned to be called? Is this a habit that they name it these places? Like, is that abnormal? Let's go.
Actually might offer us a clue, because during this stretch on July 22nd, the Nebraskan Secretary of State, Bob Evans, announced that they were going to put together a trade and investment delegation to Cairo, Egypt. what are the odds? You got this plane from Cairo, Egypt, and we're going to pull this up and show you. And suddenly you got this guy, Bob Evans, and he says, yeah, you know what?
And mods, can you drop John's video from What Do You Mean yesterday? Could you drop that in the chat as well? If you could, moderators. This is exactly what John was talking about. We are now on the 5th piece of information in this video, and we're barely even 10 minutes in. This is the 5th piece of information. And she's just going to overwhelm you with information, and you're just going to start accepting, like, oh, it's got to be right because it just is. This is insanity. This is insane.
Let's plan a trip to Cairo and see if we can make some money with them. I'm going to let you listen to, I think we have a news clip that will show you that happened.
Nebraska Secretary of State Bob Evans is inviting business and industry leaders to take part in a trade mission, investment mission to Egypt later this year. Egypt's position in North Africa makes it an ideal gateway to doing business in the greater Middle East region, and our state excels in several sectors that Egypt is keen to invest in, including agricultural goods, manufacturing, water management, medical technology, and more. The mission is currently scheduled for October 26th through November 2nd. However, the dates are subject to change. Those interested in joining the delegation to Egypt can visit the Secretary of State's website or contact the office to learn more.
And I want to say to my Nebraskans, we should probably figure out, I didn't have time to do this, we should go through a schedule and see who we met with, because I feel like that idea might be related to our planes. I just don't think like people in Nebraska are sitting around like, hey, we should go to Cairo, Egypt. And it happens to line up with this plane that comes in, literally comes in on the exact same day. I also, minor correction, I think yesterday I said that Tucker spoke on July 18th. He actually spoke on July 11th. I just kind of copy and pasted that over wrong. So we made that correction. Anyways, yeah, we can then see that we've added this addition. This Valhalla is now here on our timeline from August 24th to 29th. They have this joint operation Valhalla that's taking place at Camp Ripley, and we are really getting tight here. We are talking about T-minus 12 days until Charlie Kirk is going to be assassinated. And here's what I hope you guys are seeing here, why I have said this was so clearly a military operation. Everything about this story is military, okay? We are receiving tips, and we had been receiving tips I had ignored previously that the French Foreign Legion was involved somehow in this assassination. Time will tell, okay? And I will present that more formally when I feel like we have concrete evidence.
The French Foreign
we have
Legion.
begun the process of sharing information with other content creators because there's something about this that feels that holding information is not going to help us. We have to, as soon as we get it.
Right. You have to spread out your false information because you want to make sure that you don't just have it all on you. So they can spread this foolishness for you. That's what you're saying. Let me translate it for you.
Spread it with people that we trust, people that are actually fighting for Charlie, people that are actually going max and telling the truth during this tremendous time of deceit. And what I can say for certain thus far is that the list of military connects in this story is just too long, okay? Charlie's surgeon, Dr. Lee Trotter, the alleged surgeon who apparently spoke about the miracle. We're supposed to assume spoke about the miracle, the 30-06. Again, he's not been confirmed, but we are pretty solid. This is our guy who happens to be a pilot who did his residency at an Air Force base. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Wow.
We told you that Dr. Deidre Amaro is the medical examiner, Charlie's medical examiner, who they've curiously not wanted to address publicly. Yeah, I told you she's also a major in the military. Oh, who would have thunk it? Andrew Colvett, obviously, his brother and his cousin are captains in the military. That's a fact. Frank Turek, who's there for the assassination, is a naval flight officer. His sons are in the Air Force. That's a fact. McCoy's naval intelligence background in psychological operations because of Granddad and famed, actually, is granted the McCoys famed. There was like a fleet of ships named after the McCoys. Very high up military. The video, the only two videos that we have that were recorded allegedly of the shooter, first and foremost.
If you've been keeping track, we are now on the 7th and the 8th piece of information. This is the information overload that John was talking about. And what do you mean? where she just gives you so much information, you're overwhelmed with information. And you're like, well, these are just too many coincidences. These are just too many, but you're not able to even breathe and be able to tie these things together and say, how do they connect together? Because we'd have jumped from Nebraska to now all military. We've skipped the whole Valhalla thing. We talked about Kash Patel. All of these things are just so scattered. And she is telling us that they're connected. We have no way of independently determining that these things are really connected at all. Maybe there is the worst case of coincidence on the planet. Maybe it's not even a coincidence. You're just picking something out and making it. Maybe so. But you're not going to have time to do this. She's not going to give you the information for you to sit down and look at it yourself if you wanted to. Like, oh, let me see the spreadsheet. Let me see these clips and these articles that you're talking about. Let me see those links. None of that. You just got to, what is it called? Trust me, bro.
The video of him running away after the shot way too fast. If he was actually crouched down shooting, common sense, it's too fast. You couldn't be in a sprint that quickly. For anybody that's actually fired a rifle, you know that. You can't go from a crouching position to a full sprint in a split second. Well, that video was recorded by a person that is in the ROTC. I hunted that person down. Very strange. They didn't want to be involved and sent it through 3 people to release onto the internet. And then it is boosted. And that's the video that everybody sees. It's supposed to make us think that there was actually someone on that rooftop. Then there's the video that the second video, which is.
Let me just ask you a question. Again, this is just, I want you to realize. She just said, I tracked down the person. They don't want to be in contact. How do we know that any of this is true? How do you know that what she just said is actually true? Now, you would tell me that I need to verify, show proof, blah, 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 blah. Why are you not doing the same thing for Candace? Why are you just taking her word for it?
The guy laying down before the shot, right? That also was recorded by a person in the military who actually teaches shooting. So this is not a military campus, guys. Burton Hibbs, Butch, the brother of Pastor Jack Hibbs. Jack Hibbs phones up Charlie. He's like, hey, can my brother come and listen to you speak? I guess this, whatever, it was a hotbed. Older people just love Charlie Kirk in Utah. Very hard to find a student that was just, on campus that day and went to hear Charlie speak, probably because they barely advertised this event for a reason, obviously. I think they wanted to control who was there. And there could have been a lot of people there that were controlled military men. That's my viewpoint. But Burton Hibbs, Butch, is the brother of Pastor Jack Hibbs, obviously sons, I showed you, of an Air Force chief. Tyler Robinson is a Boy Scout whose uncle Mitchell may be related. People have pulled this off of the internet, and I don't have a photo for you today. I should have grabbed it. Amber Robinson, there's just photos of them visiting an Uncle Mitchell. Is this the Mitchell that allegedly convinced him to turn himself in? Who's working? He's very much involved in the military, I believe, with shooting in Ukraine, of all places. It's getting shady. And of course, our now infamous planes, SUBTT and SUBNT, are Egyptian military planes. And every plane that seems to be flying over UVU that day is somehow military contracted planes. So are we supposed to think that this is all by coincidence? Or are we looking?
She said every plane flying over UVU. I know the Candies don't like me, but come on, y'all. Every plane, or just every plane that you called out, or just every plane that sparked your interest. Come on. Like, come on. You got to at least, come on.
At an obvious military operation. And here's something else that I want to share with you. As I've reviewed this footage, and any time that I think that somebody is shady or somebody is brought to my attention that is involved or I would like more information on, they happen to be wearing a maroon shirt. Have you guys noted this? Everybody that day, like, I know, look, everybody.
Y'all, please stop. And now I'm feeling like Candace is punking us. Now, maroon shirts.
Everybody is liberal and guys wear pink and, Abercrombie's a thing. but I've never in my life looked at, I mean, every guy seems to be wearing maroon that I'm like, who is this guy? Oh, he's wearing a maroon shirt. Oh, he's wearing a maroon shirt. Tyler Robbins, where everyone's wearing a maroon shirt as if they were told to wear maroon shirts to identify each other. I'm communicating this to you because it keeps coming up in my research. And I think it means something. I think we need to hone in on the men, the people in the audience that are wearing maroon shirts. I don't think it's your go-to color for most men. In fact, it was so often that I was seeing this color that I reached out to my source at Utah and I was like, maybe it's a school color. Maybe actually they're all buying shirts and buying t-shirts and the school color for UVU is maroon. And he told me, no, it's not maroon. So this feels like something that we shouldn't ignore. I was able to track down a couple of episodes ago. I was telling you this bush situation seems to be a little odd. People thought they saw somebody speaking to a bush. And I was able to determine who that person was that kind of comes out of the bush. Again, not saying this person has done anything wrong, but unusually when I went to check that person's socials, they had
Y'all, okay, let's just clean up Hallie. We got to jump over to social. Y'all, you know this is some patchwork theories, right? We know that, right? She's ironically mentioned the feds in a roundabout way. I'm taking feds, y'all. In Nebraska, Nebraska is kind of like a random country to me, man. It's a random country. I'm just gonna take it. Wow. Somehow or another, we've gone almost 10 minutes and she has not she's not mentioned Judaism, Jews, or Israel at all. That's gonna have to be a record. I'm gonna have to give her some kind of award for that. Wow. Now people who wear maroon are subject to critique. That's some crazy work. I really think she can be this foolish. And let me tell you why. And I really believe that Candace has been given over to conspiracies. If you follow my video I did on Christless conservatism, Candace is given over to this. I mean, a lot of us like that type of stuff. We like a little conspiracy every now and then. Let's just tell the truth. But Candace is given over to it, where she looks for conspiracy under every rock. And the reason I know that she does is because this one right here, thank you so much, Captain Jax, with the $5 super. It says this: Candace is using her Bible, which is the book Chaos, to overload her cult with info, to confuse the mind with too much info to check, creating chaos to cover lies. Because that book is about what she's doing. The book Chaos is about how she presents information. And I really believe this is what she's doing to her audience, is creating this chaotic situation where they honestly are just overwhelmed, completely deluged with information, and they'll almost accept anything because it's like, okay, it makes sense. That's what I think is happening. So when we see this poor woman, man, she is gone. She is lost. And I'm not trying to be hyperbole.
Posted on September 10th about their bulletproof skateboard that, I don't know if it was like a promo for his skateboard or whatever it was, but didn't do any follow-up posts about Charlie Kirk. Nobody in his family posted about Charlie Kirk. You had a front row seat and you watched Charlie Kirk die, and I guess no social posts about it, wasn't interested, maybe wanted to stay out of it. And then I obviously find out that his dad is the head of, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, president of the Mormon temple in Los Angeles. His name is, this person that was behind the bush is Jacob Kasparian. And then it just kind of becomes like a dark hole trying to figure out his father and his father's connections to the Middle East. So I am still working on that. But yes, he as well was wearing a maroon shirt. I think we need to pay attention to that as we widen our investigation, because if I was the military, and the reason we didn't promote this event, and again, we're theorizing here, but the reason we waited to the very last second to put up posters about this event was because you actually did want to control who went there that day. You didn't want a bunch of people driving in from all over to see Charlie Kirk. You wanted to control what videos were going to hit the internet. You controlled everybody who was video.
There was 3,000 people there. How many more people did they want? Y'all, this woman is insane. Like, for real? That's crazy work right there.
Recording I even think, and I'll have to check this, that the
Check
people
it,
that were
please.
live streaming that day had military backgrounds as well. If I wanted to control all of that, and I also wanted to use like civilians to show up, I would make sure they all knew to wear a certain shirt or to wear a certain hat so they knew who they were.
Wow.
That's me. If I'm running a military operation, which I feel like I know because I do run kind of a toddler military operation, that's a good way to indicate who at Disney World is your family, everybody wearing the same color. So I think we should be clued into that, continue to follow our instincts and to get as much information as we can, because we are getting close. They are getting, radical in these non-debunkings. Yesterday, they were trying to make it a trend that I got pranked by the person who wrote me the email. I told you I had run that up the chain for weeks to make sure everything was legit about that location. And it is 1000% legit. And it caused a lot of panic. And we're getting a lot of phone calls now from people telling us it has caused panic. The Egyptian planes.
I don't think you're getting phone calls from anybody saying it's panic unless it's your attorneys who are like, why are you giving us our address where we work from? Because now we got your wackadoodles are outside. That's where I love when she claims somebody's panicking because they're calling her out on her foolishness. And I've noticed this also. This is going to be the last time I stop today at this moment. I'm just lying. Her people don't address what you actually say. They come in hot. They come in with hyperbolic, calling you names. I've been called some pretty spicy names because of that video. But I'm like, well, did you address what I said? Why did she not tell y'all? Because she said not disclosing information is lying. Why did she not disclose that the information? Why did she not give you the information that, by the way, my attorney is in this building as well? And you're doing all of this military operation, Valhalla, let's go to Nebraska, shout out to Cairo, all of that stuff. But don't mention that my own attorneys are in the 920 building. That just seemed like maybe that might be a little interesting. Why are you not interested in that, Candace? That's my question.
We're pulled into Satis, and that person was then escorted for whatever reason. That foreign dignitary was escorted to that facility where they have joint operations going on between the DHS and the DOJ, being the Secret Service and the FBI and the DEA. None of this is normal. We all sense that none of this is normal, and it very much feels to me like it was a deep state operation. And like I said, they're not going to get away with it. So we're going to take a brief break.
Don't you let them get away with it, Candy.
Sponsors.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, how do you feel about that? Let me know what y'all thinking about that thing. That thing was pretty wild. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. I appreciate y'all. It's been fun. This has been a blast. By the way, thank you, Slayer. Howdy from Texas. Jason and fam, thank you so much for the $2 super. I appreciate you. Captain Jax, we just shouted you out. Again, thank you for the $5 here. Candace is using her Bible, Chaos, to overload the cult with info, to confuse the mind with too much information, to check, creating chaos to cover lies. Shout out. I'm right there with you. That was a great assessment. MT, thank you so much, friend, for supporting the channel with the $2 super. Says as if George was straight, she'd get the Valhalla reference. You are too funny. Thank you so much, fans. I'm coming through, always supporting the channel with the 5. Does she know that Charlie Kirk was not the center of the universe? He is not Jesus. He was not that important at all. It is kind of sad. And I asked somebody, I said, hey, if you could go back in time and really truly ask people on 9/9, 2 days before Charlie Kirk, a day before Charlie Kirk died, who Charlie Kirk is, I think you'd be really surprised how few people actually knew who Charlie Kirk was. He was not the center of the universe. Now, of course, post 9/10, everybody knows who Charlie Kirk is, or has an opinion about Charlie Kirk, or thinks they know who Charlie Kirk is. But if you ask him before, even myself, I probably wouldn't have been able to give you a good answer. Even myself. And I think the vast majority of people probably didn't either. And it's funny. So shout out. I like how you phrase that. But yeah, he's not that important when the smoke clears. Let's keep it going. Thank you so much, Rena, with the 5. Go mental. I love it. Thank you so much for the $5 super. And coming back around the block, thank you, Avengers Assembles too. Is Candace A chaos bot? That's a good question. She does have a lot of bots on her channel, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's a lot of bots that follow her. They are pretty vicious. They are definitely on kill mode bots. But shout out again, Phantom, with the 2. She never shot a gun. How does she know how to move? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like she speaks recklessly about things she doesn't even know. What in the world? Thank you so much, Curtis, with the $20 super. What in the heck is she talking about? Who can't go from a crouching to a kneeling position to a sprint instantly? Tell that to the Army and the Marine snipers. That's my point. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. I would not say that. I would have to get a whole bunch of information. I would tap some military persons for them to give their expertise. I wouldn't just say that it's not possible for that to happen. Just like when Brian Harpole is explaining to Sean Ryan the whole process. They said they go through this action hundreds and hundreds of times. So it's almost like automatic. They know what to do. So who would I be to sit there and say, well, you can't do that? I'm over here armchair quarterbacking that. That's crazy work. Thank you so much, man, for that. I appreciate you, friend, for the $20 super. Keeping it going. Oh, sorry about that. No one is safe in the Candaspiracy. Can you say wackadoodle? Sure you can. All together now. Wackadoodle. Say it loud. Thank you, Captain Jax, for the $5 super. This is a wackadoodle thing right here. She sounds crazy. Candace runs a toddler operation, $2 from Avengers Assemble. I think she spends too much time with those kids. We are on some Bob the Builder type of conspiracies at this point. Ma'am, you need to go out and touch some grass. Shout out to, again, Phantom with the 5. Now, we all saw how a legit Mossad operation in that video that I sent. Did anyone wear the same shirt or anything? How is the Fed law enforcement working together not normal? I don't understand. Like, why is this even, how do you believe? Maybe I need to ask the question differently. I apologize. Strike that. As a Candy, why do you believe this? This makes no sense to me. What do I need? Why am I missing this? Help me understand it. Thank you so much, Phantom. You right on the money. What does Bully Mom say? This just to say thanks. Thank you so much for the 5. Super. I appreciate it. Let's finish this right here. Ruben, my friend, always good. Thank you so much for supporting with the 10. Being stationed near Minot and having friends there, they do training and exercises there all the time because what is being guarded there, several inspections a year are considered there. I mean, yeah, several inspections a year are considered there until Valhalla. Thank you so much, man, for that $10 and for explaining it. Like, why do you even want to believe this foolishness, Candace? Here, she's ready to go. So let's bring her back up in here. Let's go. It's muted.
By the day is the general public having to pretend like the United States is not completely infiltrated by Zionist psychopaths. And
Zionist psychopaths? That's Jews.
Odd, right? They're going through extraordinary lengths to let us know that they have all the power and they're going to do whatever it is that they want. And they're just engaging in naked propaganda to serve the state of Israel. So I'm going to show you a couple of these headlines. I guess let's start with Mike Huckabee. He is the ambassador to Israel and apparently is completely shameless. Now, just to go back, in case you missed it back in October, Mike Huckabee and the former U.S. ambassador to Israel, which was David Friedman, took to the stage in Jerusalem to perform Sweet Home Alabama. And by Sweet Home Alabama, I mean Sweet Home Jerusalem in Hebrew or something. Just watch it. And hey, challenge, no cringing. I'm starting to think that Israel wants us to hate them. Like, that's the ultimate psyop. They want us to hate them. I think it's like, it's unbelievable, the factor of cringe. And if that's not humiliating enough, Mike Huckabee just went over to Israel and met with Jonathan Pollard. Okay, Jonathan Pollard, if that name's not familiar to you, is a literal convicted Israeli spy. This is the headline. Yeah, there he is. Seems like a good guy. American who spied for Israel says he met Ambassador Mike Huckabee to thank him for his support because he did support him. Jonathan spent 30 years in prison on espionage charges after being found to have pretended to work for the American government, but was actually working to pass documents over to Israel. That's kind of a theme. Our greatest ally. It's just a theme with our greatest ally. And despite being found guilty, despite spending 30 years in prison, people were saying we should be kinder to this guy. And Huckabee was among several pro-Israeli politicians who advocated for Jonathan Pollard to be released. And he, when he was released, was welcomed in Israel. Like the red carpet was rolled out for him, I think, literally. And I think Bibi Netanyahu met him on the runway. Like, you've served us well. And who cares if people suffered? So you'd think Mike Huckabee would go, I'm not going to meet with him because that shows that I am an Israel firster. But there is just a level of shamelessness that, I don't know. What was it that Carolyn Levitt said? They asked Carolyn Levitt about this at the White House, and she said, and I quote, "The White House was not aware of that meeting, but the president stands by our ambassador." Well said, Caroline. I mean, I didn't know he was going to meet with a traitor, but we stand by him anyway if he's meeting for a traitor. And the reason we stand by him is because we're all traitors. We are all treasonous. I hate everyone. I hate that this is allowed. I think it's fair for us to hate that it's allowed.
Don't hold it back.
And we do have a bunch of treasonous spies. Their job, I guess, is to further enslave us to the gang colony in the Middle East that is pretending that they have been ordained by God to murder. And yeah, I don't know. There is some comedic relief coming, though. Tim Dillon covering anything is always hilarious, and he is covering the occupation of our media because it's just so in our faces now. It's never been this in our face, you know. Before we get to what he had to say about Bari Weiss, I want to remind you that Bari Weiss started and is a part owner, at least, of the Free Press. Before she went on to CBS News, she notoriously left New York Times and said it was biased and we needed to have something that was in the middle of the line, and she just couldn't get behind all of this COVID propaganda, and she was going to start the Free Press, and they were going to go back to doing hardcore, real, non-biased.
What does this have to do with anything? Again, like I'm telling you, this is the chaos method of just overwhelming you with, Sweet Home Alabama, and what's going on with this, the former spy and the ambassador, and Carolyn Levitt said this, and what about Valhalla? I've lost count, but I think we're on the 12th piece of information since this video started.
Journalism. So what kind of journalism are they doing over at the Free Press? Okay. This is
how's the Free Press involved in here?
I'm not being funny. I feel like you're going to think this is SNL. That fluttered into my inbox the other day from a writer. His name is Ashley Reinsberg. And this is the email. I'm just going to read you the email. This is it. It says, "Hi, Candace. I'm reporting a piece for the Free Press on the economics." Ooh, economics. I like economics. This must be straight middle of a line, right? There can't be any bias here. "I'm reporting a piece for the Free Press on the economics of high engagement political content on YouTube and podcast platforms. I'm reaching out for comment regarding several assertions that you've made in recent episodes, including claims about Israel, the death of Charlie Kirk, and the Becoming Brigitte series. I also want to ask about the financial side of your operation because it is central to the story. Here are his 5 questions. 1, since publishing anti-Israel and anti-Jewish claims, have you seen a measurable increase in watch time, subscriber growth, or revenue across YouTube, Rumble, or your podcast feeds? 2, have sponsors and ad partners or platform reps encouraged or pushed back on this shift in content direction? 3, do you see any correlation between escalation in claims and the performance metrics that drive your business, retention, average viewer, duration, CPM, RPM, member conversion, etc.? 4, to what extent do you view conspiracy content as an editorial choice versus a business decision? And 5, do you believe your recent content about Israel and Jewish influence is rooted in evidence, or do you see it primarily as commentary? Yeah, no, I'm going to get back to him. Obviously, I have to just pull up, I have to pivot over to that SS tab, the Hitler tab, which shows the metrics of exactly how people are responding to anti-Jewish rhetoric. And we just have to pull that from YouTube because I can see we've done some tests. And obviously the advertisers have been, that's the whole thing. That's the nature of the business, obviously, is that you can only make money. The only people that are being successful, that are successful at all, it's pretty obvious, is because they hate Jews. That's kind of what's implied. Why do we have to pretend this is journalism?
Well,
Right.
so can I ask a question then? If Candace cannot be accused of only making a profit being anti-Jewish, why do I have to defend making a profit being pro or neutral to Jewish people and Israel? I'm just wondering, because I've already seen them in the chat, the Candies in the chat already. And I've said it ad nauseum. I think we do focus too much on Israel. And I think we need to focus on some of the things, the problems that we have in the United States. If you saw those children attacking that woman in Chicago, that's a horrible state of affairs. And we need to zero in on a problem that we have in the highly melanated community with our raising of our children. That ain't got nothing to do with y'all 9 time zones away, or Egyptian planes, or Mormon bees, or anything else like that. Why is Candace not addressing those type of issues? Whatever.
Are you shocked if I tell you that Ashley Reinsberg, he happens to live in Tel Aviv? Like, you just cannot make it up. Like, just write your articles. Stop pretending that you're a journalist. It's totally fine. Your job is to write hit pieces, to say that you guys are being victimized at all times, forever, since the beginning of time. And it's obviously not anything that you're doing that's causing a reaction. I mean, it's not like they're just genociding Palestinians right now. So it's about metrics.
But you couldn't even bring up what's going on in Nigeria. The fact that Nicki Minaj, formerly known as a booty-shaking female, vulgar female rapper, is aware enough to address what's going on in Nigeria and literally staking her popularity, her notoriety on calling out what's going on to Nigerian Christians by Muslims, but Candace can't find 10 minutes to bring it up. It has done 2 months of this foolishness, but cannot find it in herself to talk anything about what's going on. And I'm trying to give her some going overseas, since she's so hell-bent on talking about what's going on overseas. At least talk about what's going on in Nigeria. How about Darfur, the Congo? How about Sudan? And the Muslims attacking Christians over there. Why can you not find it in yourself to even address the Islamification of Dallas, Texas, or New York? Why can't you find it in yourself? But you want us to lose sleep, to crash out over your ramblings. Insane. This is insanity.
RSS tab that's behind the scenes of YouTube. So I'll get that content. I'll get those metrics over to you, Ash. Looking forward to that. Further to that commentary, Tim Dillon, who always gets me in trouble. I don't know how he never gets sued. It feels wrong. Like, I'm engaged in, I make one slight mention joke about Alexis Wilkins referring to Tim Dillon's content and us getting a strike, and she goes on a rant against me, not against Tim Dillon, okay? I'm speaking about Brigitte and MK Ultra. Brigitte sues me, not Tim Dillon, who she mentions in the lawsuit. So I'm just asking if anybody wants to sue Tim Dillon. That's all I'm saying, okay? Go after him. I'm enjoying his content. It's his fault. Here's what he had to say about Barry Weiss's installation, because that's what it was. She just installed. It's not a meritocracy. At the head of CBS News, take a listen.
Barry Weiss is basically telling people, why don't you pretend I'm not here to destroy this whole thing? Because that's what I'm here to do. I'm not going to pretend that. I'm not pretending that. I don't have the time to pretend that I have not been sent on a mission to destroy this legacy broadcasting institution. I'm here to destroy it. I'm here to...
What are we watching? What is going on here? Why can we not, in Candace's such a concern, what does this got to do with Charlie? Let me ask you that question. Maybe that's the question I need to ask. What does this have to do with Charlie Kirk? I don't know who this man is, Tim Dillon. I don't know who he is. All I do know is that we're not talking about Charlie Kirk. We have left the reservation some time ago. I have no idea where we are. I mean, he's got his Macho Man Randy Savage glasses on. He's got a hoodie, though, so I'm team hoodie. But what are we doing?
Make it a vessel of state propaganda. Which state? Well, we know which state.
What state?
It's not America.
Not America.
It's to be a vessel of state propaganda. It's all it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be anything else. And Barry Weiss, to her credit, is not pretending she's there to do anything else. She's going, why are there standards and practices? Why are they showing the Palestinian reach for the cookie when we blow their head off? Why are they doing that? Why are they asking these questions? Why are they saying this? She's very, very much 100% on board. My job is to get rid of any independent voice at CBS. We're here to destroy the network and get rid of anybody that would stand in our way. We are here to deliver state propaganda. That's all. That's what they're there to do. And not the United States, not the United States propaganda, by the way. She is there to deliver Israeli propaganda. She knows it. We know it. Larry Ellison hired her to do it. That's okay. They've already got a blacklist of actors who will never work at Paramount. It doesn't matter. No one cares. Nobody watches any of this crap.
He's exactly right. I don't even understand why we have to go through this process. Like, just write the article, just do the propaganda. You don't have to reach out to us. We all know what's happening. Your job is just naked propaganda to convince us like you're going to be the authority on blackballing certain people, writing hit pieces about them, making sure that they can
What are we
function
listening
in this
to?
economy. This is the state. They are the state, and they want you to know. And like he said, it is not America. It is not the United States that they are doing this for. I just don't know where this is all going, I guess.
That's the same question we're asking, Candace. Where is this going? That is the $7,000 question. Where is this going, Candace? What are we watching? We already know where you rock. We already know how you get down. So we don't really need to see anything anti-Israel, pro-Israel, but propaganda. We already know you do that. So what are we watching? What are you doing? Help her, Lord. Please help her.
Like, are we going to be put back in the gulag? Like, are Christians going back in the gulag? I don't know.
You have to be a Christian to go in the
I'm
gulag,
going to
Candace.
find out. We're going to take a brief break for our sponsors. And I'm going to get into some of your comments.
I have no idea what we just been watching. I am so sorry. I have no clue what we're watching. Makes no sense. This is madness. You know what is madness? I don't actually have bingo yet. How do I not have bingo? Good gracious, man. Wait, that's not cool. Well, we know there's going to be a stay tuned tomorrow. We already know that. We know there's going to be a stay tuned tomorrow or Monday. I'm just asking questions. You know, she did say that. She alluded to, which is kind of weird. She alluded to TPUSA, but never actually said, she never did that segment of them, quote unquote, betraying him. I don't know where that, like, where did that segment go? I wanted to see that segment of TPUSA betraying Charlie. Like, where did that segment go? I thought that was the whole point of the video, truth be told. I thought that was the whole point of it, was that happening. But, you know, where is it? Anyway, yeah, this woman is undone. She's undone. I'm pretty sure there's a I won't share going to pop up. I'm just going to take it now. Anyway, y'all, this has been ridiculous, to say the least. Thank y'all so much for rocking with it. All right, we are going to, I think she's almost done with a commercial ad. Let's see. She's almost finished, and we're going to watch I'm going to try to make it to the end, because usually at the end, that's where a lot of those extra bingo words are kind of thrown out and the such like that. Let's go. Oh, it's not ready yet. Yeah, I don't think he's funny at all, man. I don't think that dude was funny, even if he was trying to. I do want to say thank you so much to the best live chat on the internet. Thank you so much for the supers. I appreciate y'all. And thank you for hitting the like button. If I've earned it, hit the like button. If you don't like me even, hit the like button. Like, hit it 3 times. You know, that helps out as well. Let's go ahead and bring her back in. Candy, what you got to say for us? What you got for us, Can? Let's go. It's muted.
Support us. Obviously, go to CandaceOwens.com. Sign up for the book club. We are running late tonight, but we are doing the book club.
You got to do that book club. You got to do that book club, y'all.
Tradition. You can also buy my book if you head over to makehim-a-sandwich.
Why are you not going through your own book? That's kind of weird too. Like, why is she not using her book in her book club? Wouldn't that automatically sell that thing? Like by default? Why are you not going over your book? Wouldn't that also be helpful to people to teach whatever it is that you're teaching in the book? Why are you not going over the book? That just seems weird. All right, let's go.
Number one, this person writes, Brigitte thought Candace forgot all about him. Yeah, I mean, look, I did not want to see the French angle. We got tons of emails from people saying that, and I was like, that would be too crazy. But, somebody that is this sinister in terms of harassing people, suing people, going after people who even discuss the truth of their history, like that's a committed psychopath. There's no shame there. And yeah, Brigitte's a gangster. Like he's a gangster. There's no question about it. And the people that are sending us tips, like we should look further into Satis. It is correct, by the way, we did look into that. Somebody had said that they did in late July have a CEO switch for one of their subsidiaries in Hamburg, Germany, which is of course interesting because that is where Jean-Michel Trogneau disappears for a couple of decades and goes and joins the military. And they certainly did. And that the CEO is an Israeli and it's in Hamburg. There's a lot going on there with Satis. And like I said, we're information sharing in the background and we are definitely getting closer. I think Icarus is flying a little too close to the sun. If what we're hearing turns out to be true, it is going to be, well, transformative in all of the right ways for our society and understanding just how evil and sinister this thing can be. Second biggest comment from yesterday's episode, it was supposed to be you, is an insane thing to say to someone after an assassination. It was wild.
I think it's insane because I don't think it happened.
And there was a reason I had to take a break. I was just, I can't even explain to you how I felt. Like I was just physically sick from having watched Charlie's assassination. I was physically sick from then being told that I was on this short list, that they were going to move to try to murder me as well. And then the guilt, everything.
So you didn't call the police. You didn't reach out to any authorities. Somebody called you and said they were that you were on a short list and you didn't reach out to anybody to protect you. So you haven't actually, no authorities that are in play to protect you are actually aware, except now that they've been emailed. I mean, that now they're watching your show. Okay.
That came with it. And then people trying to delete my life and pretend I didn't even know Charlie. It was just, I don't know. I mean, I am tremendously, if I could pat myself on the back for anything, it's that I came out the other side of that because it was meant to traumatize me. And it was traumatizing, but it was meant to render me, I guess, inefficient. And it actually now is tethering me to, I think a lot of us, right? Like it was supposed to, I guess, make us
tethered
silent.
To what?
And now we're realizing, whoa, we have to stop and drop the petty politics and recognize that there is something way more evil going on. And we are all committed and we are in this thing and we are all going max. We have a comment from Jamie Palucci today. Jamie writes, we should look into how the French language translates into English when a French person is trying to fabricate a combo between two young male lovers. It might come out sounding like the ridiculous text combo. Maybe some words in French translate to my love. Actually, yeah, French is a very romantic language. Yeah,
that's wild.
That is such an interesting and creative perspective there. This is why I love the decentralized intelligence agency.
Decentralized intelligence will make you go crazy. She just said we need to. So what they're going to do is they're going to go and try to back. I don't say backdate, retrofit the text messages between Lance and Tyler into French to see if any of it translates into the way that's some crazy work right there. That's some crazy work. So now the French are getting caught up in this. Y'all, this is crazy.
Holly Carlin writes, we needed a hoodie that says Go Max. The Get Me Out of Here writes, it's my sister Amanda's 30th birthday. You've given us confidence to fight this fight with you. Truth in a time of deception is the most powerful weapon that we have. I believe your purpose is to point others to the truth for
What
the
is the
sake of the
truth?
next generation. Okay, to the hoodies on Go Max. I when we solve this thing, we will do that. I wanna make sure we hit the max. Maybe we'll even have gone max or went max.
Okay,
And
very
happy
interesting.
birthday to Amanda. I am happy if I have helped in any way to give people the confidence to fight. And we are in a time of tremendous deception, but we are also in a time of tremendous revelation. Mary Everrighty writes, my money is on the French. I am now, the more this timeline comes together, it's getting interesting, is what I would say. And
The
clearly,
French, why?
this has to be a very powerful organ. I mean, it has to be something or someone that is so powerful globally that they have the ability to strike fear into the heart of American politics, meaning that they are willing to tell lies to the American people, such absurd lies to the American people, like Cash Patel. The leaders of our government are lying to us and telling us not to believe our own eyes. So whatever that is sitting behind them, yeah, that's power, okay? It's got to be generational power. That's not, hey, I'm new here and
What in
trying
the
this thing
world
out.
are you talking
Melissa
about?
B writes, I really, really want to believe that Charlie is in witness protection, that the FBI and the POTUS set it up to catch BB. Christ is and will always be king. Love you. I can tell you that is not at all what happened. I know people were saying that, like, Valhalla used to be a program out in New Zealand. Guys, if you can look it up and figure out that it's a program in New Zealand, it's not a good program, right? So that's
Well, ma'am,
like
you just got it from an email. Wait. Remember Candace told us that Charlie was buried in a Catholic cemetery. He had a Catholic mass funeral. She never actually showed you proof or evidence to that. I'm just, again, I know people are mad about it, but she keeps telling y'all stuff and doesn't give you any evidence. But then y'all want me and y'all want us to give evidence to whatever. And y'all just say some of the craziest stuff. This woman is just saying that. If you can look up the case, if you can look up the program, it's a bad program. You mean like the Valhalla program? This is insane.
hopeful wish that I think all of us wanted to. I definitely went that phase where I was like, I just hope he's alive and none of this is real. And I had to then contend with the fact that it's very real. And that was obviously in large part due to my contacts that saw Charlie's body, and can't deny that. L of the Wanger writes, I lost the cringe challenge. What? You didn't like Sweet Home Jerusalem? No? Weird. As Gadgets writes, thank you for all that you do. Keep going, Max. Thank you guys. Lux Lulu writes, stand firm. We see the cardinal virtues in your reporting. What was done in secret will be revealed, especially thanks to your courage and the courage of all of you guys around the world. People have taken real risks like that person did to tell me that a foreign dignitary was being brought to 920 North King. By the way, to their like false debunking, where they said Candace's lawyer is in this office. So to clarify matters for you guys, first and foremost, there were parts of that letter that I did not read for a very specific reason. Secondly, my lawyer, as you guys know, watching the show, has always been Noah. And the way that lawsuits work is state by state, they have different laws. And so when we oddly got sued in Delaware, Noah then has to attach his license, meaning he's my lawyer on this case, but he has to find a legal firm that will take us and allow us to attach their license to him in order to file paperwork. That's that's just how it works.
Yep.
So in every circumstance, in every lawsuit that I've been involved in, you will see that it's never Noah that's actually filing or listed on any of the paperwork for that reason.
Not a problem.
And it can vary state by state, but I've always seen that to be the case. I was not aware of that before this letter, is what I will say. And I
got to stop. Then that means her research is garbage. If she didn't know, remember, this is on the Macron's lawsuit. That address is on there. If you didn't know that, that means that you didn't do your own due diligence. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. And then let's just ask a question. Why didn't Noah in the ark, Noah worked for 120 years to build the ark, all the animals in the ark. Why did he go to this law firm, which was in the building with all the alphabet community, alphabet boys and girls? Huh? That's the questions.
that is what I will say. I will say that right now. because I think
'Cause you're
that
lying.
is enough to say. One,
Because you see that she wants it. She knows that's not enough. She knows that's not enough. Listening to her, okay, I don't do this often. We're going to back that up because we know who she's talking about. Shout out to the best live channel on the internet. Look at that face. Hold on. I got to grab that one. I haven't been grabbing any of my faces today, but that one is crazy.
and figure out that it's a program in New Zealand, it's not a good program, right? So that's like the most hopeful wish that I think all of us wanted to. I definitely looked at my face where I was like, I just hope he's alive and none of this is real. And I had to then contend with the fact that it's very real. And that was obviously in large part due to my contacts that saw Charlie's body and can't deny that. L of the Wanger writes, I lost the cringe challenge. What? You didn't like Sweet Home Jerusalem? No? Weird. As Gadgets writes, thank you for all that you do. Keep going, Max. Thank you guys. Lux Lulu writes, stand firm. We see the cardinal virtues in your reporting. What was done in secret will be revealed, especially thanks to your courage and the courage of all of you guys around the world. People have taken real risks like that person did to tell me that a foreign dignitary was being brought to 920 North King. By the way, to their like false debunking, where they said Candace's lawyer is in this office. So to clarify matters for you guys, first and foremost, there were parts of that letter that I did not read for a very specific reason. Secondly, my lawyer, as you guys know, watching the show, has always been Noah. And the way that lawsuits work is state by state, they have different laws. And so when we oddly got sued in Delaware, Noah then has to attach his license, meaning he's my lawyer on this case, but he has to find a legal firm that will take us and allow us to attach their license to him in order to file paperwork. That's just how it works. So in every circumstance, in every lawsuit that I've been involved in, you will see that it's never Noah that's actually filing or listed on any of the paperwork for that reason. And it can vary state by state, but I've always seen that to be the case. I was not aware of that before this letter, is what I will say. And that is what I will say. I will say that right now, because I think that is enough to say.
Why didn't you? Did you or did you not? Remember, she went ad nauseum to tell us that she had verified. I checked this information. So you did not. Again, I didn't do any grand research. I didn't do any long, Inspector Gadget, Jacques Cousteau, Mr. Magoo type of investigation. I just opened up and looked at the Macron case. That was it. And the address is there. So you did not take the time and say, let me look and see where else is this address. Now you can't tell us that you didn't know it because you said that you read the Macron case. So again, Candace is full of hot air. And shout out to the Candies in the chat. Your leader is full of hot air. That's just it. She didn't do any due diligence. If you read that address out and you're talking about all the alphabet, the three-letter organizations that are inside this building, and you didn't know that your own law firm that was attached to your case was in that building, that's your fault. That's not our fault because it's listed on the case. So you telling us the nuances of Noah being attached to it and this, that, and the other and attaching his license to it, that's beside the point, ma'am. You are the investigative journalist. Let you tell the story. Remember, you are a high yield journalist. Let you tell the story. But you missed this very glaring mistake. And I think it's because you're a part of the problem. You are a part of whatever happened in that building. You know who that dignitary is because you are a part of the whole shebang. You were flying the plane that took the dignitary to Provo to connect with the communist bees to sting Charlie, because it wasn't a bullet, it was a bee that was shot at him. And you're a part of it, Candace. You need to admit that. You need to come clean and fess up. Why are you flying the plane to Cairo and all this stuff, tracking and tracing after Erica and Charlie? Why are you doing that? Come on, fess up. I know you delivered those 12 Israeli phones to those students in UVU so that you can kind of mess it up. And you were also seen selling maroon shirts outside of the campus. You need to fess up, Candace. The time is now to come clean and become honest. That's all I'm going to say about that. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet.
One, Antonio writes, this Thanksgiving, hug the friend or the family that you once dismissed or hounded for not voting or for being conspiracy theorists. If you're waking up to how things really work, show them love when you see them. Yes, and you definitely should do that, because I think we're all seeing that the conspiracies are real, left and right, by the way. That
sounds
people
really
were telling
defeated.
the truth at various times, and that there is great, tremendous evil, that much of this is a matrix. The system is rigged. It is not fair, and it can only stay rigged if we keep arguing with one another. Gray Scout Epsilon writes, how are American politicians able to act on behalf of a foreign nation against its own citizens and not be considered treasonous? Because everything is fake and gay. And we obviously have this whole idea in America as a meritocracy, anybody can make it, is completely fictitious. Bloodlines are ruling the world. That's kind of been my conclusion after this year.
How did you become the number one podcast then? If there's not a meritocracy, how did you become the number one podcast? Wouldn't by default your podcast not be on if truly all this was real? I'm just wondering, just asking a question.
Writes, watching Joe Rogan's podcast with Theo Von made me a little nervous. Joe seemed to be self-censoring himself and changing the subject whenever Israel or billionaire sex offenders were mentioned. I have not watched in its entirety. I know that Joe Rogan has definitely had people on spoken about Israel. He's really gone there. He had Ian Carroll, so that would be unusual. Yeah, Joe Rogan has definitely taken a lot of risks. I haven't seen it, and he definitely has shouted out this podcast and a lot of the work that we are doing. But yeah, he may be, look, everyone gets hounded, and it's annoying to have to go through the cycle of being hounded by advertisers, and he may have just not wanted it to go through it for the umpteenth time. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, we do have the book club, so I'm going to jump off. We will need about 15 minutes, and then I will meet you guys over on CandaceOwens.com. And for the rest of you, we'll see you on Monday. Oh, wait.
Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. I don't know what we just saw. I really don't. Like, what was the purpose of that episode? I mean, in all sincerity, I'm not a Candace fan, I know, but I'm just like, well, what did we watch? What was that? I mean, she just threw out so many. And again, I lost count. I was at 13 different theories and ideas and piece of information thrown out. I mean, your nightly news doesn't do that. And most of the time they take at least, take a minute or two to develop it a little bit. She's just like literally scooping it and shoving it out there. And you just got to catch it. Okay. I didn't get bingo at all. Man, she said tip line. She shouted out the tip line. That's right. Wow, man. When I don't try, man, I don't be doing very well. Oh, man. I got to get rid of this. I know, but I know. We need to put Go Max. That's going to be the next one. I'm going to change and put Go Max in there. So, man, at FOIA didn't get any. Boy, I'm doing a terrible job, man. I'm doing horrible. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Thank y'all so much for supporting the channel. What's up with these supers? What are they saying over here? Thank you so much, Irene, over in the Brit in US. Thank you so much for the $10 super. She says this, she's just implicated everyone she hates. Notice the left get no shade. There's no blue-haired, no septum rings are getting called out. No alphabet mafia people are getting called out. No transgender, no furries. None of them are getting called out. That's going to have to cause you to be like, wait, hold on. Like none? Like there's none at all. Interesting. Like why did they get no shade? Thank you so much, Irene. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Shout out to Slayer Princess with the 5 says this. Candace used this episode to strengthen support through reminding them who she is hated and pinpoint as culprit regardless of the lack of evidence. Israel. Well, now I don't know. Is it Israel or is it France? I don't know which one is the whoever did it now. And of course, we got Israel working with Egypt, which makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, I don't know. Like this is some crazy work right here. Welcome, Texas Bully Mom, brand new member. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. And then, of course, Slayer comes back with this. By her logic, if her lawyer is in that building, then she is obviously a part of the plot to murder Charlie. That's what I'm saying. Like, because I guarantee you, if I go to X right now, people are dancing in the streets about how she explained that. when it didn't explain anything. Like, why did he go to that building, the 920 building? I want to know what his phone logs look like. We can just do the whole game like they do. But you do realize that that doesn't answer one question, not one. Let's keep it going. She said everyone betrayed Charlie, so her too, for sure. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, Slayer. And now Downtown D with the 5. Did she really compare a military assassination plot using matching shirts to a Disney family vacation? That's her proof? You know, I got to read that again. I love that. Thank you, Downtown D with the 5. Did she really compare a military assassination plot using matching shirts to a Disney family vacation? That's her proof. Now, maybe going to Disney will assassinate your wallet or assassinate your budget. I've heard it's pretty expensive, but that's what she did. I was going to think that she was going to say like a family reunion, you know, or like me and my family, we would all wear similar colors or similar patterns when we would go out. So we would know like the girls had stripes on, or today everybody's wearing green. Everybody had on blue jeans, stuff like that. So we would know, I mean, we would do that kind of stuff, but I thought she was going to say family reunion. I was a little surprised she said Disney. Shout out. Cat K up in the building with the 10. The Candies have to be the same people who bought the lies that Sleepy Joe was of sound mind I think he said 4 years. No way people with common sense believe her scatterbrain nonsense. Thank you, Jay Witt. You rock. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Okay. Oh, man. Thank you again. Phantom with the 2. Obviously, cannot call out LGBTQ too close. Oh, I see. He said too close to her bed. You are in 0-second timeout. I appreciate the $2 super, and you are now in 0-second timeout. That is too funny. Tracy Wood with the 5. People in my community are listening to her and buying in Super Scary. I am glad I have a window to what is going on with Jay Witt. Buffer. Well, thank you so much. Hey, I'm glad to be a voice of reason by God's grace. Thank you. I want to bring in something, and this is just my last little point, and I hope this helps punctuate, especially for the Candies, why I just want you to think about what you're asking us to believe. Okay. Every day, in every way, we're asking people to make a decision, right? Whether if you're in sales or you're sharing the gospel or whatever, you want somebody to make a decision. You want somebody to agree with what you're saying or agree with what you're propositioning, so on and so forth. All right. So let's go. We're going to jump over to Chicks on the Right. And they posted this on the old Twitter, and I just thought it was great. Going to try to pretend for a moment that all of Candace's theories make sense. Let me see if I have this right. Evil psychopaths within shadow governments, or even not so shadow, all got together to create a plan to murder Charlie Kirk because he was abandoning the pro-Israel cause. But also, they started using Egyptian planes to track Erica for 3 years prior to Charlie deciding to abandon the pro-Israel cause because reasons. And not only were they able to coordinate a plot with multiple people across multiple countries, but they convinced our FBI, the local law enforcement officials in Utah, Charlie's best friends, and his pastors to agree to murder him and cover it up so that Erica could become CEO. This is what sounds reasonable to the Candy cult. Then they found some loser named Tyler with a trans furry partner to use as the person the world would believe fired the shot at Charlie. And they convinced that loser's parents to agree to allow their son to be used as a patsy and turn him in. They, and we have no idea who they are, even is, made up all the texts in which Tyler admitted the crime. Tyler's parents were totally down with this plan because reasons. They decided to use a weapon that would create the most amount of internet sleuths questioning how a 30-06 could not result in an exit wound, even though the same thing happened to MLK Jr. Throw in some Mormon bees or something, and this is what Candace followers actually believe. Why do you want to believe that? Like, why? If you are a Candy, why do you want to believe that? Like, why is that? Like, why do you see this and say, this makes sense? This sounds legitimate. Like what? Why? And I'm not saying that but just why do you look at this and then you say we're wrong because we look at it and say, yeah, that don't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. Why do you want us to believe this? Just a question. Shout out to the Best Live Chat. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us tonight. This is just craziness. This is just cuckoo. It's crazy. It's crazy up in here. You know what, man? Shout out to Black Sigma. What's going on, friend? Good to see you, man. $5 super. And he says a shout out to Zach of Wolves and Finance, who did an excellent piece on Candace. I want to send the link. Let me see. I got time. Now, is this not the guy that Wolves of Finance? Is this the guy that did the whole thing with what you call his money, TPUSA's money? Oh, okay. This is like 3 months ago. He said Candace is in trouble. He did, yeah. He's the one that did the missing money thing. But I thought it came back that they had not filed their taxes as of the time that he did his video. Am I right, Black Sigma? Is that the one we're referring to? You didn't get to the bingos? Oh, you didn't get a ton of bingos. Yeah, the fact that Candace has concocted this story and she herself is still floating around tells you that the story isn't true. I think it's almost guaranteed. You can guarantee the story's not true because if they took out Charlie but they left her, then this story can't be true. Because she has no shame. She's not even like ducking and covering like, hey, I'm coming from an undercover bunker. Like, no, like for real? Thank you for that. That and $3 will get me a coffee. Thank you, Avenger. I appreciate you, friend. Her drawn out stories are about as reliable as her Freedom phones. Is why she has an iPhone Max. That's hilarious. Thank you, Ruben. Yeah, Go Max. And she wants the Go Max phone. That is hilarious that she still believes that Go Max story. I just think because she's given over to craziness. Let me make sure I got that right. What did you say? Sigma, because I see that the Wolves of Finance guy did a video on her like 3 months ago, but I wonder if that's his position at the current moment. There's some great commentary in here. Well, this is a good point. She hates successful people. I think she hates people that are in a position that she doesn't like. She doesn't like Christians. She doesn't like Christians at all. And I think that's a given. We can talk about it. I think we can probably have a good conversation, build a nice list. Who is it that Candace doesn't like? I think we could build a pretty nice list there. She never mentions trans Tifa. Nope, not once. Not once ever. This is a very good point. Candace and her friends are codependent. Misery loves company. It is giving parasocial obsession. Absolutely. It is definitely giving that. So that was not too far. I don't think that's a reach at all. Not even a little bit. I think that's right there. They like that stuff. They want somebody, and they're going to fight for her to be true. They're going to fight. I guarantee if I go to Twitter right now, without even looking, there's going to be somebody with a clip saying Candace has answered that question. Let's see, real quick. Who is Who is this person? Okay, hold on. I don't know if you're in the chat. Who is this person? GUA Gotta wife? What? Said you caught the face of evil this time, Jay Wick. Great job. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh, we got the green hearts in the chat. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. So this person right here, I think this is another example like how they like to move the goalposts. She said, as far as I know, she omitted the name of the law firm in the building. Is just a good thing is listed on her court documents in the Macron case. Wait, hold on. Okay, maybe I misunderstood this person. I might have been reading it wrong, which is very possible. Nobody's end zone dancing on me that she proved me wrong. That is hilarious. I think it's adorable, man. I think Candace is a treat. I think she's hilarious, man. I ain't gonna even lie. She has not blocked me, which I think is interesting. Okay, so this person says this. I am French, and this is so funny to me. No one knows who Candace Owens is in France. But she's a global phenomenon. Hold on now. She's a global phenomenon. 99% don't. The Brigitte Macron conspiracy existed before she talked about it, and Charlie Kirk was only known to people who like me because we follow American politics online. Why would France kill him? And I actually have emails from people who are in France that have said very similar things. So this is not the first time, and it won't be the last time that we hear that. Like, again, I know this sounds harsh, but Charlie Kirk was not that. I mean, he was known, but I bet you if you could go back in time, like I said before, if you could go back to September 9th to if you attend church, if you could go back the Sunday before Charlie Kirk was killed, if you could go to your church and just ask everybody in your church, honestly, do you know who Charlie Kirk is? Yes or no? I think you would be very, very surprised. Dare I say shocked how many people did not know who Charlie Kirk was. Now then, of course, the week afterwards, everybody knows who he is. Everybody's an expert. But before then, I think you would have been pleasantly surprised. Why is Todd showing up in my chat? Why is Todd in my, I don't understand Twitter, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Twitter is foreign land to me. Why is Todd in here? What does Todd do?
Ali Beth Stuckey recently.
Hold on one second.
Someone says, I clicked because I thought someone actually found a clip of Candace saying something negative about Erica Kirk. But it's not. I guess someone will post a clip soon, since everyone is so sure that she's accused her of something. I guess I'll just keep waiting. Now, what's so fantastic about this comment is that Ali Beth Stuckey recently, just this weekend, she posted a video, I think it was this weekend, where she was talking about not outsourcing our critical thinking, about being careful about who we are listening to, not questioning the questioner. And the whole time, she said nothing. She did not mention Candace Owens' name. But Candace on her show responded to Ali Beth. And Ali Beth, in turn, responded to her last night with an entire show. So what is the point? The point is that just because Ali Beth didn't say Candace's name, that doesn't mean that it wasn't clear that that's who she was talking about. And since Ali Beth has integrity, she didn't pretend like she wasn't talking about Candace. She owned it and said, yes, since Candace addressed me directly, I will address her directly. And she said in the episode, she probably should have done that in the first place. She probably should have just been direct about who she was talking about. And she said in so many words why she didn't do that. But I did find this interesting, that people are out here pretending that Candace Owens not saying Erica Kirk's name directly means that she wasn't talking about Erica Kirk. I find this mind-numbingly frustrating.
I like it. Okay, Todd, I got you, brother. I see you, Todd. I see you. Y'all, Todd is a great content creator. His name is Todd Thinks here on YouTube. He's been on the channel before. He's a fantastic content creator. And that just popped up on my Twitter feed. Y'all know I'll be trying to figure this out. I'm struggling here. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, by the way, thank you. Prince LEN with the 5 says this. It's been said before, Candy is upset, allegedly, that she didn't become Mrs. Candace Kirk and the heir apparent to TPUSA, allegedly. I can't disagree. I'm like, why? Where was the lie? Let me ask you that question. Where would the lie be in that? I just think that's amazing. All right, let's keep this dance going. Shout out. Thank you so much for that, man. And what is Janae L 2004 with the 5 says this. I think after watching her jealousy over him not leaving her TPUSA, that she had the most to gain. Someone should investigate the investigator. I'm like, why not? Why is she not investigated? Why not? Hey, real quick, I'm gonna show you something. This is what I mean about these people. The Candies cannot make an actual argument. And I'm just gonna pull this in. I am not gonna be all night messing around with this. Okay, shout out to Nathan Livingstone from Milk Bar. That's fun. Milk Bar said this. Credit to Jay Witt, who broke this down on his show. And that was my video yesterday. By the way, I'm wearing a maroon sweater, so y'all look out. I'm suspect now. And look at the comment. Dude is a moron. Where's the actual, where's the, that's probably true. It's probably more true than false, but where is the actual rebuttal to what I said? Where's that? Because that will make me not a moron. Like, why not? And so let's just look real quick. I always like to do this now. This person has been on the YouTube for how long? Been on the YouTube for about 5 years, 6 years, give or take. And yeah, okay. Not following me or anything like that. So how did he end up finding my video? Just the wondering. All right, shout out. Thank you so much for that. Okay, welcome. Jordana is a brand new member. Shout out to you. Welcome. We're growing up members. We're growing up members left and right. My husband, Melanie says, was a pilot in the Air Force, and we were stationed at Minot. And guess what? They do training constantly. That is their job, and they have names like Valhalla. So what is that is not uncommon. So let me ask you this question. If you could, Melanie, thank you very much for the $10. I want to ask you a question, if it's okay. Is there somewhere I can see the other training activities that they've done and the names of them? So like this most recent one, whatever one she's talking about is called Valhalla. Are there any other training, like a website so I can see the different names, like, Wakanda or whatever. Is there a place to see it? Because I think that would be very interesting to see, like they did this before. I'm sure they probably have recycled some of the names. So if there is, if you could shoot me an email, that would be great. If not, it's okay. If you just don't shoot me an email, I'll just take it as that. And that's perfectly fine. I'm just wondering, like, is it really uncommon? Here's my email, dearwokesy@gmail.com. I do wonder, again, like, is that uncommon? That they, if they had a name the mission, something, do they ever reuse that name? Or is this only one time they use it? So thank you very much for that. And if you do have some information, I'd love to give you a shout out. Now, make sure you give me my references, because don't be putting me out there, unverifiable and stuff based upon information and belief. Yeah, this is just very interesting. All they can do is attack the character when you push them back. And they don't want to give you any information that's contrary. They don't want to say, like, hey, let me go ahead and challenge this out. Wait. Yeah, this is hilarious to me. I got to leave. I'm going to leave Twitter alone for the time being. I think Twitter is crazy work. Oh, but okay, I just said I'm going to leave it alone. And now I lied. Okay, sorry about that. Don't tell my pastor I lied. Deacon Whitaker was lying. Here is John from What Do You Meme? What Do You Meme on YouTube? He did a master class yesterday that we watched. And I'm going to grab this link if the mods did not already. Check out this video that he did on Candace Owens. Here it is right here. And it is excellent, excellent work, especially if you've been scratching your head like, why does she give information like she does? If you've been wondering that, this video is really going to help you out. Shout out to John from What Do You Meme on YouTube. It was excellent. I mean, my school colors are maroon. I probably have, if not 5, probably 8 maroon sweatshirts. I mean, I'm usually wearing a maroon. I think I'm wearing a maroon shirt in this video yesterday. I was wearing one yesterday. So, like, why is maroon wild? Wakanda Go Max is crazy. Let me just see real quick. Did Melanie, by any chance, say anything else? I just want to check. Because I would love to, like, is that abnormal for them to name, operations after various things? Like, that doesn't, to me, that doesn't seem weird. If you follow military games or military movies, comics and stuff like that, they're always doing that. Like, why is that abnormal if they name operations? You don't expect them to name the operation, what, Monday morning or something? Like, what are they supposed to do? Yeah, John did a fantastic job. Shout out. I really want y'all to go check him out. I really believe that you'll gain a lot from it if you want to know, like, why do we make so much fun of Candace? John has done an excellent job. Every time he does a video, it is top tier. Shout out to him for sure. He does. He does a great job, Billy. Thank you so much. Well, I play Frank Turek's video he just did on Candace. Really? How long is it? Let's see. I don't know about Frank Turek. He might be popping off on her or something. I don't know. Just kidding. Frank doesn't do that. You say he just did it? Just posted, I mean. Oh, it's 9 minutes. Oh, say less. We got it. Absolutely. All right, let's pull that in. All right, everybody. Wow, he calling her name out in the first word. Good gracious. He is not holding back anything. He calling her out from the first word go. All right, this is Frank Turek at Cross Exam. He's at Bowie State University. I don't think it's a TPUSA. He's probably just doing a lecture. That would be fun. And shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all. And I'm just going to double check. Let's do some green hearts in the chat when you can hear. Let's go.
As we all know, Candace Owens is spinning a lot of...
Wait, he's got 2 microphones, y'all. He's got a microphone in his ear and he's got a microphone in his hand. That's a double conspiracy right there. That's a conspiracy from the word go. Why does he have a microphone in his ear and one in his hand? Maybe the one in his hand is fake and he's going to use it to zap somebody as a taser. This is ridiculous.
As we all know, Candace Owens is spinning a lot of suggestions that there's all sorts of conspiracies out there about who killed Charlie. It's fine to ask questions. It's fine to suggest that maybe this happened, maybe that happened, but it's not fine to insinuate that people are guilty of murder or they're in some sort of murder conspiracy unless you have really strong evidence. My friend Mikey McCoy, whom I talked to today, is getting death threats. I get what appear to be death threats. You never know what can happen to you. In fact, before Charlie, these gentlemen were not with me. Before Charlie, we didn't even have a police officer in the back of the room. Why do we need that now? The Bible is very clear. You need 2 witnesses to convict somebody.
Let's go. Come on.
You don't gossip. You don't slander people. Unfortunately, I think too much of that is going on. So far, I've heard that Candace and others, it's not just Candace, have suggested Netanyahu killed him, Israel killed him, Trump killed him, TPUSA killed him, Mikey McCoy, his dad Rob McCoy had something to do with it.
Egypt.
The FBI, Egypt.
Yeah. Bing, bing, bing.
I heard France today.
France is crazy.
I thought all France did was surrender.
Oh, no.
Now, let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. Unless those
What?
possible culprits in Charlie's murder all work together on some grand conspiracy, that most of what is being said about this has to be false. Do you see the point? If you're going to suggest all these different people are involved, they can't all be involved. It strains credulity to say they're all somehow involved. Maybe one of them did it. But that means most of what's being said about this is false. And what if the guy who actually has been charged with the crime really did it? Then every single thing that is being said regarding conspiracies, if he acted alone, is certainly false. Now, the trial is probably not going to be for at least another year.
Easily.
We can't keep spinning conspiracy theories without evidence. People are going to get hurt. So I plead, if you're watching this kind of stuff, or you know people that are, you need to say, hey, it's okay to ask questions. It's not okay to insinuate people are guilty unless you have really strong evidence. In fact, if I were to say, I really think Candace Owens did this.
You're right. There's no way to disagree.
I really think she did. You know why? Because Charlie stopped inviting her to the big events.
There you go.
And she thought if she could get rid of Charlie, then maybe they'd ask her to be the head of Turning Point. And she's bringing all this up, citing all these other people to cover her own tracks. And I really think she's jealous of Erica too. I think she's the one that did this. This all checks out. Would that be fair? No, it's not fair. It's ridiculous. I have no evidence for it. But I submit to you, that appears to be what she's doing, knowingly or unknowingly, to people for which she has no evidence they were involved. I need to say one other thing about this. Candace makes a big deal of Mikey McCoy turning away and immediately getting on his phone when Charlie was shot. She said there's only 3 possible things you can do in a situation like this. You either run toward the problem, you run away from the problem, or you freeze. Candace Owens doesn't know what she's talking about here. Because these men in these rooms will tell you that when a traumatic event occurs, if they're trained to do something, they automatically do it. I was in the Navy. We had emergency procedures. You practice those emergency procedures over and over again, so when the disaster strikes, you don't even have to think. You just do it. Why did I run to get in the car? Because I thought beforehand, if Charlie ever gets shot and I'm there, I'm going to do whatever I can to help. Didn't even need to think about it. Charlie drilled into Mikey, who at the time was only 23 years old. Drilled into him. If anything ever happens to me, the first thing you do is call Erica. Why would he run to Charlie when Charlie has 6 guys around him carrying him to the car? All he would do would be get in the way. Mikey did exactly what he was trained to do. Now, once the trial comes out, we'll find out the truth, the ultimate truth. But let's not insinuate people are guilty unless you have really, really good evidence. Oh, I have to say this too. Sorry, I just keep going on. But people don't seem to understand how prosecutions work. I mean, you had the case here with Kohlberg. What's his name? Kohlberger. How many people were spinning conspiracy theories about that? and frustrated because we weren't getting enough information from the prosecution. My friend J. Warner Wallace, who has prosecuted many cases, he's a cold case homicide detective. I had him on the show about a month ago to talk about these conspiracy theories. He said the prosecution will never reveal what they have before they have to. Why? Let me just give you one example. Suppose they're investigating a second shooter, and I submit to you they probably are. Why? Because in the trial, the defense team is going to say, did you investigate the second shooter? Yeah, we did. But if they come out and say, we're investigating a second shooter, if a witness comes forward and says, oh, I saw the second shooter, they don't know if that witness really saw the second shooter or that person is making stuff up so he can make a name for himself.
I don't know what that is.
In the jury pool, they can't tip off the defense. The prosecution's job is to convict the real killer. The prosecution's job is not to have an ongoing soap opera on YouTube to tell you what they have. That would defeat their responsibility of convicting the real killer. And I can tell you they are tracking down conspiracy theories. Why? Because I was the subject of one of them. And I was the guy in the white hat next to Charlie, who people said that I was signaling the shooter, which is the stupidest thing in the world, ladies and gentlemen. If a shooter is on a roof somewhere, he can't see me anyway if he's looking through a scope. I mean, here was Charlie. I was about right where Ty is here. He can't see me anyway. And why would he need me or anybody to signal who Charlie Kirk is? Charlie Kirk's the only guy under the tent with the microphone. So the FBI called me. Said, sorry, I have to ask you this. I'm so sorry, but were you signaling the shooter? Yeah, I was telling him to steal second base. I mean, why do people believe this stuff? It's ridiculous. So they are checking into conspiracy theories, but they're not going to tell you about it because if they tell you about it, it defeats what they're trying to accomplish. And that is find and convict the real killer.
All right. Shout out to Frank Turek. I just dropped the link. Here's the link to, this is the link to Frank's video. Go by and give him a shout out, man. He crushing it. He was cooking her. He was cooking her. What's for dinner? Candace. It was cooking. All right. Let me see real quick. All right. Let me see what we got here. Interesting. Okay. Just checking through to see if there was anything else. Thank y'all so much for tapping in with us on tonight. What do we have here? I'm going to buy my dog Max a maroon collar. Go Max. See, Sylvia, that's what's going to get you in trouble. Thank you for the $5 super, but you're going to end up becoming a suspect by doing that. Go Max. Go Max. What kind of dog is it? Go Max. All right. Let me make sure I did not miss anything pertinent right here. Thank y'all so much for that. That was good. Thank you very much for recommending Frank to me. I like Frank, and I didn't know that he had done a video referencing that. I do hope that he'll continue to stay the course. And of course, I do believe that we have the right killer. Check your email. Let me see what we got in the email today, Jason. Uh-huh. All right, here are just a few, but it's a serious, such common thing that is said. All right. All right, shout out to Mr. Rojas. Let's bring this over and let y'all look at it. Okay, so my question was, is the use of the term Valhalla like common? Is that something that they do all the time in the military or whatever like that? And so just, maybe it was just a random happen chance, but Operation Valhalla Strike, and that's Monat Air Force Base, and that's in August of 2025. So that's one of them. But look, Exercise Joint Viking Valhalla is a NATO. That was a NATO operation in Norway. When was this one? Does it say? It doesn't say. Operation Valhalla Iraq, which is a 2006. It was a historic raid. Victory Valhalla, Fort Jackson. It was a team building activity. Is that the end of it? Okay, so that's at least 4. And of course, if I wanted to, I could probably click in and get into all the weeds right here. I'm gonna share this link in the chat. I think I am. Yeah, I hope I am. Let me do this. Let me share this link in the chat in a second, so we can check this out. Because I think that's good. Thank you very much for that. Let's add to the drive, and there we go. And then I can share the link to y'all. There we go. Got it. Okay. Let me add this and share with y'all. But no, that's great. I don't think it's uncommon. Now, maybe we could get into the weeds of, well, why did Kash Patel do that? Say that right there. Okay. I mean, if you want to get into those weeds, I think you could, but I think you might get lost. I don't know what the purpose of being in those weeds would be. Like, what's the purpose of it? He said it. Why would he be signaling off something like that? Like, come on. Like, why am I supposed to believe that? So thank you so much for that, Ruben. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, so you got a dog named Max. You're a suspect. Does he wear a maroon collar, though? Does he have a maroon dog dish? See? Like, I can't believe she said the men were all wearing maroon. That's just weird. Like, how do you think that's a flex? Shout out to Sin, has been a member for a month. You see, Jason, we know she's listening to your podcast because she called out maroon. Wow. Maybe that's why she did that. Okay, let me finish reading it. I'm actually really stunned. I'm like, wait, you're right. Called out maroon because those are your school mascot colors. Wow, maybe she's calling me out. Maybe I need to keep my head on swivel. Wow. That's actually pretty comical. Shout out. That was pretty good. I'm gonna have to say I did not put that one together. Shout out. That's pretty good. Maybe she's been shouting me out all this time. Kash, being highly educated, probably knows when and where to use the comment. Yeah, I'm like, it is what it is. Like, okay. But we never said anything about Candace's weird sayings that she said wherever Charlie is or kind of stuff like that. Like, just leave it alone. But I think also because she's given to conspiracy, she's looking for a conspiracy under every rock. There's got to be a conspiracy. There has to be something about this. FBI might have sent the lead to Candace, showing her attorney to see her reaction. FBI won't leave anything out. I do. And look, I'm open. I would love to know who sent it to her, whether it was really, truly somebody trying to support her or if it was a prank. I'm really leaning on prank. Just the how highly that thing fell apart and how people have been scrambling and scraping to try to make sense of it when she clearly didn't seem like she knew it. That right there is that's crazy work to me. Yeah, a warrior died, a friend. Like that's on brand for Kash Patel. Like, I don't know why that's an issue. It's a very popular color down at 830 Westview Drive. I can tell you that. Valhalla. I thought the Vikings believed that this was heaven, but no, that's what Valhalla is. It's heaven for Vikings. Yes. Max is a maroon color himself. Oh, well, Max is the suspect altogether then. There you go. Absolutely. Yes. Anyone with a dog named Max. What if it's a French poodle named Max with a maroon colored dog dish? I'm trying to add that likes to eat honey from Mormon bees is suspect. We're getting everybody in there. The French poodle is actually kind of funny. Isn't there a French bulldog or is it a British bulldog? British bulldog. Sorry about that. All right, let's get this going. Absolutely. Yes, Charlie is in heaven. That is correct. And Frank was spot on the money. Did I leave that link? Yes, I did. Lady Dear World Christian just walked in the building. Yeah, today was a big nothing burger again, but I think that's part of her. That's brand for her now. Is it Greek though too? Is that where it is? Really? I thought they called it hell. I thought they did. Shout out to you. He said, Candace is slow. She could not figure anything out. I don't think she does the research that she claims. I think it's very clear, extremely obvious that she does not do the due diligence that she wants to sell you that she does. She just doesn't do it. We verified this and we know that. No, that man got on there and within 30 minutes, that dude Adam showed on Twitter that most of that stuff on that woman's spreadsheet about these planes flying around the world and around the country was false. Most of it was false. And she got that from somebody, and she says that she verified it before she got on there talking about it. And she didn't. She didn't do that. Operation Ninja Turtle. That's a guy. See? There we go. This is another good point. Candace has a habit of not addressing any snafu she does. Very good, very keen observation. The school colors are green and white. They kind of remind me like the Oregon Ducks colors. I had it pulled up, and I closed it out. But I looked it up just to make sure when she was talking about it. But of course, my school colors are maroon and cream or maroon and white. But we have a slew of Morehouse things that are blue. Camo, our sister school, which is Spelman, that light blue and white. We got tons of our stuff in that. Murdered Out Black. Like, is it uncommon for a school to have their school emblem or their school sell shirts that are only in this one particular color? Now, we used to only have Morehouse shirts in gray and maroon. Now we done opened up the floodgates and you can get it in any color, dang near. But like, why is that uncommon? But what is the deal? Okay, fine. There's a lot of men wearing maroon. What does that do? What does that mean? Like, she hasn't even proven that it means anything. It means a military operation. How are you getting that? How? Just because people are in the military? Maroon equals guilt, man. Maybe that's what she's been saying. Maybe she's calling me out. I'm starting to feel that. I'm feeling some kind of way about that. I mean, it's just silly. Frank is a Viking warrior. I love it. What is it? Minnesota Vikings. But there's maroon and gold, right? Maroon and yellow? No, I'm sorry. Purple and gold. Purple and yellow. Sorry about that. Oh, man, the dog eats Mormon honey? Oh, he is in cash money trouble, man. That dude is in trouble. He is in trouble. All right, what we got? Y'all, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I am going to get ready to bug out of here. I am planning, I'm going to go see my in-laws for Thanksgiving next week. And the plan is to still do at least the live stream watch party. I'm sure she's going to probably do a Monday and Tuesday. I don't know if she's going to do a Wednesday and Friday. Nobody's going to be streaming on Thursday, I'm pretty sure. But so that's the plan. So I will keep you, and I have some videos coming tomorrow and Sunday, of course, but I'll be traveling to pick up firstborn and then get to see my in-laws. So that should be fun. What about magenta? It's too close to maroon. Magenta, that sounds like you might be guilty. Magenta, I'm pretty certain, is Latin for you are guilty. I'm pretty sure of it. You need to let us know 8775 where you were the day Charlie Kirk. No, not just the day that Charlie Kirk was killed. 5 days before. We need to know everything. Phone logs, what you ate, where you drove. I need to see your, Life 360, your air tag. I need to see your phone logs, everything. Because magenta, I'm pretty sure is very, very, it's French for you are guilty. You are guilty. You said the devil in a dirty dress. Who said that? Somebody called her that. I thought they called her a dirty skirt, but I think it was Michael Savage. I think Michael Savage called her that. Shout out for sure. What is going on, good people? There's a lot of good family reunion going on in the chat. I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to get ready to get out of here and go check on the peoples that just came in the house and make sure they're doing well. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Everybody who's traveling, have a fantastic, safe travel. If you're flying, driving, going across town, or going next door, whatever, just have a safe trip. I will be keeping you posted. But like I said, I got videos coming tomorrow and Sunday, as well as Monday. And of course, we'll do the watch party. I'll just be doing it from a remote location. But that should be fun, doing it in my in-laws' house. That should be fun. We'll see what happens there. But everybody, thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. And looking to make sure I didn't miss anything particular that jumps out at me. Thank you so much. No, I won't be doing any Egyptian plane, but I am going to a rental car company tomorrow, and I will be paying attention to my license plate. I will. Would that be crazy? That would be crazy. I am going to be looking when I go to the rental car agency tomorrow. And if I'm telling you, that would be the craziest work. Well, first of all, I would not take the car. Well, we're getting an SUV. I would not take the SUV, but I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, that would be so crazy if I get there and there's a doggone vehicle. And I have the list. Can you, just by some kind of fluke, one of those vehicles is in the parking lot. That would be the craziest story, y'all. Can you imagine that? I might take it just so I can talk about it. I'll have it for a week. So I might just be like, y'all, I'm out here in these streets riding dirty, y'all. They coming after me. That would be so wild. Please don't let that happen. Please let that happen. Yeah, that would be the bunk. Trust me, y'all would all know. I'm telling you right now, you all would be well aware. Oh, a live feed? Come on. I might be live streaming the whole trip, man. But I couldn't let y'all know what my tag is because I don't want y'all out here. I don't want them rolling up on me. But I have to let y'all know when I get back. Like, okay, I was in this car. That would be so funny. Wow. That would be hilarious. They're like, Jason, what's wrong with you? Why are you laughing the whole trip? You just don't even know. You have no idea. Oh my gosh. But you know what I could do? I could just make up the story. I could just say that my rental car was the rental car and I could just tell it and not give you any evidence, no bill of sale, no proof of life or anything like that. And just say, I am in the rental car, the Toyota 4Runner, blah, 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 blah. I could just say that and you couldn't check me. I could just make it up. I could just say it and do a whole live stream from there. Say, y'all, I'm riding in the car. This is the car. It smells like hummus. There's a bee in here. They left some croissant crumbs in here in the glove box. I could say all of that and nobody could check me. That is so stupid. Oh my gosh, that's so dumb. I might just do it just for fun. I might say, hey, y'all, I picked up a rental car. The rental car I picked up is one of the cars that Candace, one of the SUVs, they left some croissants in the trunk. There was a jar of honey in the glove box. There was Israeli flags all draped over the car and stuff like that. And it had some sand that looks like it came from It had a gray shirt. It had a maroon shirt in it. And just like, hey, I'm riding out here. I'm in here. That would be so funny, stupid. Oh my gosh, that would be so dumb. Oh, don't let it be a maroon car. Oh my word, no. There was a turtle. There was a turtle. There was a turtle in the back seat. You couldn't tell me I was wrong. Matter of fact, there would actually be more evidence to my claim than Candace's, because at least I would be in a car. Candace gave you no car. She just said, we got these numbers from somewhere. Like, literally, I could do that. I could literally say, y'all, I'm in one of the rental cars. wait, what you say? I can't with the, no, come on. Like, what? I mean, what if I said, hey, y'all, I'm in one of the rental cars that Candace was talking about. And I pull up, a bottle of honey. I say, here's a maroon shirt. Here's Frank Turek making baseball signals, that kind of stuff. There's a 30-06 shell under the passenger seat. There's croissant crumbs all over the car. She couldn't tell me anything. You could not tell me that I was wrong, because I would actually have at least one more piece of evidence than her, and that is I actually would be in the car. And I could show you the maroon shirt. I could probably find the little turtle walking around the back. The bad thing is I have a turtle that I could show you. I have a little tiny turtle. I'm going to bring it with me. And I'm going to say, hey, like, show me I'm wrong. How do you know I'm wrong? And I'm going to say that I'm going to have a note that says Candace Owens did it. Like, how would that be wrong? I'm just telling you right now, you know what? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Well, thank you so much. We got this for Dad's weekend. Oh no, I'm gonna have a maroon shirt on. I'm gonna leave a maroon shirt like in the glove box and say, look what I found. It's a maroon shirt. Oh, look what I found. A jar of honey. Oh no. His croissants. A breakfast croissant. And I would actually have more evidence. If I did that, I would actually have more evidence than Candace. That is crazy work. Okay, now y'all got to see. I'm gonna get stung by a bee. I'm like, I got stung by the bee. Like, okay, I gotta stop, y'all. I gotta let y'all go because I'm coming up with dastardly things. I have an empty license plate in my garage. I could make a license plate. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I could make a license plate that says that and put it on the car. Oh my gosh. I gotta go. I gotta go because I'm gonna keep coming up with more stuff. And all I got is just time. All I have is time. Okay, and oh my gosh. And I think my if I'm not mistaken, my in-laws' house is 950. So you know what that means. 3 doors down, you know what the number of the house is, right? If my in-laws' house is 950, 3 houses down, put in the chat, what's my house? What's the house? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. It's going to be the most disrespectful craziness that y'all have ever seen from this channel. Oh my gosh. I might have to go write this stuff down because now I got the license plate. I got to go get the little turtle. I got to go get me a bottle of honey. Y'all know who's, I'm going to be right there in front of Mr. John's house. You know it. What's his house number? Y'all know it? Oh, y'all done lost me. I'm gone. Bruce, see, now you done messed it up. See, we was doing fine. And now we got you. You up in here. Oh, it's gonna be craziness. No, his house is 920. I'm going down to 920. And I'm gonna stand outside 920 and be like, y'all, I'm outside 920. Oh, it's gonna be ridiculous. And I will still have more proof than Candace. She showed you no evidence at all. I will have a car. I'll have the bees. I'll have the turtle, the little maroon shirt, the jar of honey, the license plate, because I'm about to go make it right now. I'm about to go make that license plate. before I go to bed. I'm gonna have a croissants, the whole nine, and I'm gonna be like, look, I found the car. I broke the case, and I'm gonna find a note that tells us who did it. Candace Owens made me do it. Y'all, this is gonna be ignorant. You all are not prepared. You are not ready for what I'm about to unleash on y'all. Oh, my mind is going crazy. This is so fun. Thank you. Whoever put that out there, whoever put the idea in my mind, God bless you, because you deserve, you're the real MVP. No, we're going to have croissants. We got to have croissants. I'm going to have some French fries in that joint too. And they're going to be hot. They're going to be hot French fries. They left us some hot. We're going to get the Chick-fil-A French fries. You know, that end fry, they call it the turtle. There you go. Oh, we're going to act a fool. You're not prepared for the amount of tomfoolery that I'm about to unleash on y'all. And everybody on Twitter is going to hate me. All of y'all. All of you are going to hate me. Hate me. This is going to be ridiculous. Okay, y'all. Because I'm about to go make my license plate right now. So don't be surprised if you see on the community post tomorrow a license plate. Do not be surprised. You have been thoroughly warned, because I got all kinds of dastardliness in my mind now. Oh gosh, all this creativity that I haven't been able to use since I stopped teaching, since I retired. Now I can go do it. Oh my word. Oh no, don't worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing. I'm going to have a bag full of cash. I think I got some play money still. I got to go find it. Don't let me find that I have $7,000 in play money. I might go buy $7,000 of play money. Oh my gosh, it's going to be ridiculous. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to be up all night doing this. Jason, why do you have a whole bag full of this foolishness? Shh, don't worry about it. Leave me alone. Hey, Dad, what's this bag? Don't worry about it, child. Leave me alone. Hit that like button on the way out the door. Everybody, thank y'all so much. Please tip your waiters. Thank y'all so much for this. This has been a nice brainstorming session. I appreciate it. Tip your waiters on the way out the door. Make sure you hit the like button if I earned it. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, everybody. Have a wonderful, fantastic Thanksgiving. If you're traveling, travel well, be safe, love on your family, all that kind of stuff. Watch games and eat plenty of food. Now go walk around though too. Don't be sitting around doing nothing, but go burn some calories off. And I'll see you all real soon. Everybody, grace and peace. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whitt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.